Dinkins ran on a platform that his mere election would change race relations in this town. I think they got worse myself.
I agree.
Well, they did change.
Yes.
They did change. But I'm not here to attack
yes,
the
you
mayor.
are.
No, I'm not.
Right,
but when I left, I thought to myself, well, how will people respond to me? And I found that I became more popular than when I was mayor.
I know.
I mean, it's unbelievable. I think I lost basically because of longevity. People get tired of you.
They want change.
They want change, and I don't blame them. The fact is, I'm now for term limitations, a max of 12 years for anybody in any office. But put that aside.
Well, see, I thought the strain was getting to you.
Well, probably was.
Yeah, you were getting sick, too.
Yeah.
Well, I did have two
You
medical bouts.
gained weight.
Yeah, but look at me now. I'm
You
like,
look
like
good.
A Greek god.
Look
Yes,
at you. You're a
absolutely.
Greek god.
And I used
Close,
to look,
anyway.
I used to look like a Jewish god. Fat.
Nah, I
more.
say you look very different.
You bet.
That's
right.
Okay, so I want to say this to you. As I'm walking around the streets, people were very kind, and we miss you, etc. And then within the last year, as I walk around the streets, people say, over and over again, maybe 5-10 times a day, they'll say, oh, we miss you, and you must run again. And then my response is, no.
Yeah.
The people threw me out,
Right.
and now the people must be punished.
Right, that's good. Now,
And then what they say is, invariably, we've been punished. How long?
Right. Well, you know what it is? You can find very few public servants, and that's what
That's
you are
right.
when you run. Very
bet.
few public servants who will put in the hours and be sincere about the job. It's very, very. Most people do it. They want to be like a rock star. They want to be
Anyway,
recognized.
I love my job, but I'm
Yeah.
happy I'm out of it.
Yeah.
Don't you
Now-
think it's amazing? A man who won. Now, this is still amazing to me. The guy who's our mayor right now, Mayor Dinkins, failed to pay taxes.
Well, that's 20 years ago. That's
But so
over.
what?
I know, but people, you cannot keep beating up a guy for the same
He got
thing
elected.
after the people have heard about it and decided it wasn't sufficient for them not to vote for him. So that matter of not paying taxes should never again be brought up in an
I
election
see.
in which he's involved, in my judgment.
By the way,
It's
our
washed out.
own boy Gary Dell'Abate during the commercials was in here kissing the mayor's ass. So good. It
Is
was
he trying to get a job with him?
All I know is, Mr. Mayor, if you need Gary to work for you, that can be arranged.
Did he impress you at all?
Did he
Yes,
impress
I
you?
think he'd be a #1 security guard.
Yeah, great. Is that what he impressed you with, huh? Now, well, Robin, what were you going to say?
Well, I had asked the mayor before we went away, and I can't remember what I asked him, but I now want to ask him about this year's election.
Yeah, that's what you wanted to ask about the presidential.
For
Well,
the
you wanted to
presidential
ask him if he liked being a private citizen now better, and he said yes, he does.
do.
Right.
And you want to ask him, oh, he's going to be for Clinton.
Yeah.
Because
I am for Clinton.
You
I
gotta
am.
be.
But he was, you know,
I
he's
was
always
not-
been very
I was
nice.
not for him early
nice
on.
to Bush.
This is, I'll tell you what happened.
Who will win the election, first of all?
I believe that Clinton
You do
will
believe?
win. I think it's going to be very tight at the end, but that Clinton will win and deserves to win. I think that the president, who I personally know and like as a human being, he's a very decent guy,
Right.
has blew the election. Blew it.
Right.
He blew it at the convention when he associated himself with the arch-right wingers. I mean, you could feel the
With this
stormtroopers.
fetus issue.
You could feel the stormtroopers in that convention hall.
Yeah.
It was
coming
scary.
through the television set.
It was
with
scary.
Buchanan. And
that Barbara Bush sits there and she's clapping for Buchanan.
Well, I want
she's
to
clapping like
want
a
to say
seal.
this about
and none of these guys denounce.
Can she hear? Did she know what he was saying?
She's like a seal,
Well, that's
but
the
she's not
problem.
running for president.
Barbara Bush is a very decent lady. I know her, and she and I are good friends. But I was surprised that she would, considering her own point of view, which is supportive of the right of abortion and decency. I mean, she's a wonderful woman, that she would get up and say to this audience that has conveyed its how can I put it, viciousness.
Vitriol.
Right,
Yes.
right.
Ooh,
That
thank
she
you,
would say
Robin.
to them,
Yeah.
they ask us about family values, whose family values, and she turns to this audience, she says, your family values. Now, their family values include a constitutional amendment that would prohibit abortion even to save the life of the mother.
Right.
And if the doctor decided
Yep.
he had to abort the fetus to save the mother, he would go to jail. Those are family values?
Let's
I
say
don't think
any
so.
woman who votes for Bush is an idiot. Thank you. Come on, let's be honest. I mean, who would give up? I mean, imagine if you're raped, they don't want to give you an abortion. Can you imagine this? And this
Rape,
Bush,
incest, none
this
of those
Bush
are
is. I
acceptable.
voted for Bush the last election. This guy's gone so off the wall. He's so insane. He's against fetal tissue research. How could you be against that? How could you be against saving people's lives?
That you're absolutely correct. That the United States prohibits the use of fetal tissue, except in very special cases, not related to abortion. When that fetal tissue could save people who have Parkinson's disease and other diseases, and there isn't enough of the kind of fetal tissue that he refers to, which comes from spontaneous abortion, not regular.
Look at me, Robin. I'm bonding with the mayor. It's unbelievable. We haven't disagreed on one thing.
Right.
See, we're alike politically.
We are.
We are. People think I'm insane, though. Why do they think I'm insane?
Well, they thought Mayor Koch was insane.
Some people did.
Did they?
Some
Yeah,
people
there
I
were
see.
times.
You know, we must do lunch one time, Mr. Mayor.
I'm fine.
Believe me, you don't want to be seen with me.
No, I don't mind that.
All right,
I'm
we-
here, am I not?
That's true.
Okay.
When we take the book is called Citizen Koch. All these stories are in it. It's
Oh,
all
we were going to
documented.
ask about Channel 2. That's what it
I
was.
want to ask him about what happened to Channel 2.
Yeah.
Sure. That's easy. Should I tell you? Oh, yeah.
Maybe we should tease. Maybe we should tease through the commercials.
Whatever you say.
All right.
There was a TV show that the mayor was doing with
Yeah.
one of the reporters there, and all of a sudden he was out.
Right.
What? So you're doing a lot of promotion around the book?
Oh, well, this is the first show on the book.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yours is
You're not going to do
number
Larry King?
one. He hasn't invited me yet. but
Really?
I will. Yeah. I'm sure. I hope to.
You're not persona non grata at the Larry
No,
King
I like
show.
Larry.
Have you done that before?
Sure, I've been in Larry King many times, but not on the book.
Okay.
Have you? So you're starting a book tour?
I will. Yeah. But this is the first one.
Really?
You were the first to call. You're the first that I came to.
Really? Well, well, Mr. Mayor, I'm very honored. By the way, I must hurry this interview along. The Pope is due in at 8:15. I will be interviewing
We're going
him.
to bump you.
Yeah, I have to bump you for the Pope.
Perfectly okay. I
Your
understand
stories about visiting the Pope in the book, very interesting. Very, very interesting.
that. Yeah.
I'll talk about all of that. Mayor Koch came in with a bag, had the Pope bless every piece of
Rosary.
every rosary he
Yeah.
could find.
Is
Well,
that
I brought-
right?
I
Sure,
brought-
why not? He was
well,
selling them out on the street. That's how he
No,
made
no,
money
no,
for New York.
Whenever I went abroad, I had to bring back gifts for people at City Hall, about 50 different
Yeah.
gifts. So I went into the Vatican. I decided I would bring back, many of the people at City Hall are Catholic or Protestant, and I'd bring back rosaries and crucifixes and other religious
Had him
items.
blessing everything.
And obviously it means more to a Catholic if it's been blessed personally by the Pope. And I thought to myself, how can I do this? I mean, isn't it tacky for me to go in there?
In the book?
And I saw a priest go in with packages of all of this, and he had them blessed. I thought to myself that it's okay. And so at the end of the interview, I said, Your Holiness, could I ask a favor of you? I have many Catholics at City Hall who would love to have the rosaries I've bought blessed by you. And he said, of course. And I had so many, they were in my pockets. I didn't want to...
Imagine walking in with all those
keep him-
rosaries.
I didn't want to keep him waiting, so I just held up my pockets.
And he blessed your pockets.
and he blessed the rosaries that were in my
my.
pockets.
We must go visit the Pope, Robin.
Yes, we need some things blessed.
Yeah, we need a lot of things blessed. Like Gary's teeth.
Well, they're very meaningful, and he's a...
By the way, Mayor
extraordinary
Koch told
man.
me during the commercial interview he met the Pope. He just put that in the book to juice it up.
Everything in that book is true.
All right.
He wasn't known for fabrications.
Right.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take a break. And then when we come back, I got to find out what happened to that CBS News show. I want to find out what you watch on TV. I got a lot of questions for you.
Yeah.
Want to know what the hell's going on with you.
Okay.
At least in your book, you don't claim to have met Sandy Koufax. Did you ever meet Sandy Koufax?
No.
You know, Larry King claims to have met Sandy Koufax. They checked it out. He never met Sandy Koufax.
Sandy doesn't know.
You know, Larry King lied.
Did he really?
It's an amazing story.
I find it hard to believe.
I saw Larry King on. They were discussing the Woody Allen situation with Mia
Yes.
Farrow.
Yeah.
Larry King was defending Woody Allen, and then I said to myself,
Of course he would.
Look at Larry King's personal life. I'll tell you one thing.
No, incest, which is what Woody Allen committed,
Yes.
is not technically...
Yes, I agree with you.
morally. Larry King has been divorced, but that's perfectly...
No, but I'm saying Larry King's had a less than exemplary personal life. I mean, he's married women, dumped women.
Larry would
aware of
understand because he's totally out of control.
Yeah.
I'm not aware of that. I mean, the fact that you get divorced...
I think he's out of control.
The fact you get divorced does not make...
But the fact that
into a
you
lecture.
propose to every woman who sits in your studio.
While you're married. Come on. You know Woody Allen, am I correct? You were in one of his movies.
I met him twice. I was in one of his movies, New York
Now, how did he
Stories.
strike you?
Yes.
Well, he's very nice.
Were there Oriental women on the set?
I don't recall
I
that.
see. But you agree with me. Woody Allen is a dirty old man. True?
A lecher.
A lecher.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree 100%. Wow, look at the bonding going on here.
Well, I don't know if it's bonding, but you do agree in a lot of places.
A lot of good it does me. The mayor's no longer in office.
And never will be again.
You will never run for public
I will
office.
never run
You don't
again.
need that. You don't need it.
Of course I don't. Look, I'm a partner in a major law firm, Robinson Silverman. I have my
Are
own-
most lawyers crooks? Be honest.
No.
Come on.
Most
Don't
of
we
them-
have too many lawyers in
most
this
of them are
country?
incompetent, but they're not crooks.
Don't you think we have too many lawyers in this country?
Sure. We're much too litigious
Yes.
in this country.
I can't stand
More than
it.
any other country in the
It's
world.
killing this country.
I'm
It is
reading-
ruining
You
this
remember what
country.
Shakespeare
Howard.
said?
Yes.
Shakespeare said, kill the lawyers.
I agree 100%.
I'm with you 100%.
I'm reading in the paper today the family that was suing Judas Priest, the rock group,
Yes.
for the suicide of 2 young boys.
Yes.
They are now back in court.
Yes.
They're going to take it to the state Supreme Court.
That lawyer who represents them, once they determined this was frivolous, he should
Yeah.
have to pay all the legal fees. He should have to pay all the bills
A court
for
has
filing
already
these suits.
said that the rock group is not responsible, so they just find another court.
Well, you see,
This is what is
you're
strangling.
absolutely right. There ought to be, as there is in the federal court, a serious rule enforced by the court, which is not done in the state courts, that if the suit that you bring is frivolous,
Yes.
that you pay true court costs,
Yes.
including the legal fees.
Mr.
But we
Mayor,
don't do
a
that.
city judge awarded $7,500 yesterday to someone for losing faith in the police.
I saw that.
Yes.
Can you believe that? $7,500. All right, we got to take a break. We'll be back. Mayor Koch is here. He's got a new book out, Citizen Koch. I'm not saying all lawyers are bad.
No,
After all, we know Dominic Barber, right? I mean,
Right.
there's a top attorney.
there's some very good lawyers.
Exactly. All right.
But
Well,
many are incompetent.
right. We'll take a break. We'll be
The
back.
92.3 K-Rock Miller Genuine Draft all-new Classic 500 Countdown is coming this Labor Day weekend starting Friday afternoon at 3. We'll play them all in order from number 500 to number 1. And listen for special bonus hours when we give away Elton John tickets. Make sure you take 92.3 K-Rock with you everywhere you go this Labor Day weekend. The Classic 500 is brought to you by Miller Genuine Draft. Get out.
I love it. I'm very musical. Mayor's looking at me like I'm a nut. Look at him.
Says, I never had to do this.
Says, you know, Stern makes so much sense during the commercials, and then he gets on and he just sounds retarded or something. It's just something weird with him. You think I'm sick?
No,
Think I got split personality?
probably several.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Several splits in that personality.
I think there's definitely something going on with me.
Eve White and Eve Black over here.
Yeah. You got to admit, though, it's pretty scary that we agree politically.
I don't think of it as scary at all. I am the voice of reason.
Right.
I could find
Right.
something
You
that you
are
wouldn't
king of the
agree
media.
on.
What don't we agree on?
The Rodney King incident in Los Angeles.
I'll bet you the mayor agrees with me.
Tell me
Well, let's
what's your
see.
position?
My position is that this has been going on for years. The cops have always beaten our New York cops. God bless them. They take you down to the precinct house and beat you to knock a little sense into you. I believe that someone who drives around drunk and it gives high-speed chase, comes out of a car, comes out like a maniac. I understand people who've seen the full Rodney King tape have said that he came out of that car charging. The cops took him and beat him a little bit. Unfortunately, there was a camera running. You're always supposed to beat a guy down at the precinct house. I am in favor of the Rodney King beating. I think Rodney King looks fabulous since the beating, and I also think that Rodney King has a much better disposition since the beating.
let me give
I think
you
they
my
knocked a
view.
little sense into him. I support the LAPD.
We understand what
I'm
your
going to
position
assume-
All right,
is.
go ahead.
I'm going to assume that everything you just said was BS, and for the
No.
purposes, well, it ought to be because it's ridiculous.
You
So
think so?
I've been trying to tell him, now you tell him.
Then why is that ridiculous?
I'm going to tell you why.
Tell me why.
You cannot allow cops, and I'm a big supporter of cops,
Yes.
to impose instant justice as they see it, because they can be wrong.
Right.
Their job is to use whatever force is appropriate and no more to subdue someone so that they can take him into custody where they are resisting.
We have
And
so many
then
criminals,
a
though, Mr.
judge-
Mayor. You know you got to knock a guy around a little
No,
bit.
you do
Excuse
not.
me,
He,
let
the
the
mayor knows.
speak.
Well,
Let
let
the
me just
mayor
finish here.
speak.
The mayor's
Now,
got the
with
wrong
respect
position.
with respect to Rodney King,
Yes.
what offended me was the attack on the jury. those of us who saw the tape as projected on the screen,
Right.
we would conclude that undue force was used.
Right.
But the jury heard a lot more than the tape itself, and they came to a different conclusion, rightly or wrongly.
Right.
If you're going to try to intimidate jurors,
Then there's no law and order.
then no juror will feel comfortable in bringing in a verdict quitting or finding somebody guilty because of fear that they'll be picketed or, worse still, assaulted.
That's right.
It was a terrible thing that occurred in this country when the media attacked the jury.
I think that the mayor agrees with me.
What you
I think the mayor
wholeheartedly.
agrees with me.
What you have to do is...
Listen, the mayor can't say. When he was mayor, he knows. Keep everybody in line. You
No,
got to
no,
knock him
I
around a little bit.
disagree. I have disagreed with jury verdicts, and I always say I disagree, but don't personally attack the jurors.
Well, I didn't see Jews riot when the guy who killed the leader of the JDL.
Oh, I agree with you. I think the riots in
They
LA,
saw the guy shoot him.
That was lawlessness. That was no
I
political
wanna tell you,
expression.
that riot in L.A.
Right.
was to be condemned. Instead, you had two members of Congress defending it.
That's right.
You had John Conyers, who said that these are simply outraged citizens, and you had Maxine Waters, who's the congresswoman from that area, saying these looters were not looters. They were simply mothers looking for Pampers. Ridiculous.
Yeah, ridiculous. Ridiculous. Anyway, let me talk to you about Jeep. Hell with everybody else. Got to make a dime here.
Sure.
The Jeep, to me, I drive a Jeep. I want you to know. Yes, I drive a Jeep. It seems trivial in light of the discussion of Rodney King, but I do drive a Jeep.
Well, my lovely Jeep was stolen off the streets of New York.
Well, let me tell you something. The cops
No, your
should have-
lovely Jeep is now in Newark.
That's right.
And if the cops knocked that guy around who got it a little bit, I bet you your Jeep would still be with you. I guaranteed, Mr. Mayor, and believe me, Mayor agrees with me. He just can't agree with me on the air. He's got an image. He's got an image of sanity that he has to protect. But he knows what I'm talking about. Everybody knows the cops have to bang people
No,
around.
cops
right.
should
Everybody
never
knows.
abuse their
Let
authority.
me tell you something. If some drunken 90-mile-an-hour guy is driving down the street, hits my wife or kids or me, I would want the cops to knock him around a little bit. That's all. I give you permission.
It's understandable if that's what you would want, but they are
gotta do it.
professionals, and they must carry out the law, which is to bring the person to a court for the purposes of determining what the appropriate
Well,
punishment
this is what I don't
would be.
understand with his argument. One
a
minute
little-
he's
you gotta-
for
listen, no,
the
no.
system of justice we have in this country.
Of course, but you got to
At
bend the
another
rules once in a
point,
while.
He's not.
It's only listen. If you're a cop down there, you got to keep law and order. You got to. Sometimes the way
What
of
is
the
this?
street.
What is
The
this?
way of the street, you got to beat someone up a little bit. You don't have to kill him. Just beat him up a
you're
little.
living in a
Makes
Clint
good
Eastwood
radio, but
movie.
terrible,
You got to cut the red tape a little bit.
That's right.
Mayor Koch knows you got to cut the red tape once in a
Oh,
while.
dear.
Beat
But
somebody
that-
on the feet
cutting
or
red
something.
tape is not beating people
Oh,
up.
please.
Remember,
That's
you could be the person who is the
Yeah.
victim.
No,
and being
I have a radio
beaten up.
show. That's not going to happen to me. All right, thank you. Now, listen, we don't have to worry about that. Listen, first of all, I'm not going to be involved in any high-speed chase, and I'm not going to
They
be drunk.
might just beat you up.
Shall I tell you about CBS? You asked earlier.
Let me just tell you about Jeep first.
Go ahead.
All right,
Sure.
okay. Jeep is the friggin' best Jeep in the world. It is the best
Jeep
car. It's the
is
best
Jeep.
ride. It is. I hate to use strong language with you, Mr. Mayor.
I don't mind.
I know. I know you're sensitive to that.
I'm sure they had some heated discussions in the inner sanctum.
I bet you've
there
used the
at
F
City
word
Hall.
in the inner sanctum of the.
Many times.
Many times.
Especially when you were having to deal with that city
And
council.
I did it publicly after I left.
And in your book, you use the F word.
You
I
bet.
noticed that.
But it was only
Uh,
when it was appropriate.
Well, yet, well.
And there were
as I
no
said-
ladies present.
Yeah, no ladies present.
No, there were ladies present.
All right.
There are times when it's appropriate.
That's
It should
right.
never be abused and overused.
Let me say, it's very hard to do commercials in front of the mayor. We have so many questions and limited time.
Mm-hmm.
You understand that? At least I'm not doing that hairpiece commercial.
That would have been different.
You never thought of wearing a hairpiece?
Never.
Never.
Ridiculous. I have a perfect head as is. Why
You
would
have an
I
attractive head. The
You
top of your
bet.
head, you know, when you're
I
bald,
would
I've
look
seen guys with like.
ridiculous with hair on my head in the middle.
Yes.
On the sides is what I
It looks
need.
good on the
Right.
sides.
Yeah.
The Jeep is. Have you ever driven a Jeep?
No.
You would love it. You would love it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what it is? People of your generation didn't drive Jeeps.
Mm-hmm.
My generation dreamed of the day that we would drive a Jeep.
Yeah, just rip the top off, rip the doors off.
We
That's
love
what
it.
we want to do.
We love it.
You have a roll bar in there too.
Got the whole deal. It's fabulous.
That's
Jeep.
important.
Jeep is the most fabulous vehicle on the road. I am telling you, image-wise.
It's the
now.
one you want.
Mr. Mayor, you look at me, right?
Yeah.
I have an image. I got the long hair, the heavy metal look. I've got.
What's he going to drive? A station wagon?
Yeah, what are you going to see me in? You see me in a station wagon, you're going to laugh. What am I going to come out of? With some fancy car or something?
Right.
The Jeep is the
It's
right.
either a Jeep or a bike.
Right.
For you.
And I don't ride a motorcycle. I'm very afraid of that. So the Jeep, I walk out of there, people go, hey, look, he's in a Jeep. It's an image thing. It's an image thing. For crying out loud, I got an image.
I can understand that.
So I drive the Jeep. Now, I'm going to give you a number where you can call to get into the Jeep.
Okay.
1-800-JEEP-EAGLE. That's it.
That's the number?
Cash back direct from Chrysler. They got a whole cash back deal. But you gotta take delivery from the dealer's stock. Limited time offer. See dealer for details. Jeep is a registered trademark of Chrysler Corporation. Jeep is the greatest. There's only one Jeep, and it's only at your Tri-State Jeep and Eagle dealer. Thank you. We're here with Mayor Koch. Just say that the new book is called Citizen Koch. Okay.
Now, what years does this book?
Well, it goes back to age 5.
Goes back to
Really?
age 5 when Mayor Koch admits his parents did not love one another, in his estimation.
That's true.
It was a loveless marriage. True?
Like many marriages.
When your
but they
mother
stayed
died,
together.
you admit in the book, when your mother died, your father never was happier. True
I
or
didn't
false?
put it that way. No.
Yes, no, you did.
I didn't put it that way. Not at all.
I read the
No,
book.
what I said was that my father's second marriage to a woman who he was more compatible with gave him
Great happiness?
greater happiness than with my mother.
After your
But
mother died,
I
did
I love both my mother and my father. They were each different. I describe them honestly. I never make up a conversation in this book. If I don't, anybody.
Did you not think it was strange that your father threw a block party after your mother's death? You got to read this book. I'm telling you, it's a wild
A
life.
block party instead of a funeral?
A block party. It was unbelievable. Well, you know what it was? Back in those days, a lot of couples stayed together.
For the children.
For the
Well,
children.
how did they get married? It wasn't.
Oh well, it was a marriage. It was interesting. They both came from the part of Poland that was part of the Austrian-Hungarian Empire. It's now part of the Ukraine.
Your
And,
mother was Polish?
well, the Polish Christians
Yes.
never referred to Jews as Poles. They referred to them as Jews in Poland.
Right.
And I brought that up with several of the Polish leaders. I said, you know, do you realize what you're saying? You're saying that if you lived in Poland for hundreds of years, as Jews did, you never thought of them as Poles. You only thought of them as Jews. And that is why Jews who are descended from Polish Jews never think of themselves
As
as Polish.
Poles.
I would never think of myself as Polish.
Think of yourself as Jewish.
As Jewish, and I'm very proud of that.
And your parents were staying together for a long time because of you. They wanted.
Yeah, they have three children.
They have children.
Three children. But I want to say this: they got married when they were very young. They came here at ages 14, 15, and I described the fact that my mother's family were not crazy about my father as her husband, but they came ultimately to like him. My uncle was a bootlegger. He was my favorite uncle.
And you do admit to that.
My uncle
Very
Max.
colorful
You
man.
admit that.
He carried a gun.
Oh boy.
And he used to make the gin or whatever other liquor it was in the bathtub in
Yes.
our house as well as his house. And that I remember.
And your parents have this marriage. They get done with this marriage. I guess your mother died.
My
and
mother
then you-
died of cancer in 1960. She was 62 years old. And here am I, 67. I thought my mother was elderly when she died. And here I'm 67, many years older than she, and I feel like 24.
Right. That's how I feel. Actually, I feel like I'm 67. Getting up early like
You
this.
know, when I had a stroke,
Yes.
they determined that my brain, when they examined my brain in those days, that my brain was only 28 years old when I was like 62. And then
You have the brain of a 28-year-old.
Yeah, well, now
You know, I
it's
have the
about-
brain of a 4-year-old.
Yeah,
now it's
or a
about
5-year-old, I
Now
was
it's
gonna
about
say.
30. I mean, because the number
Yeah.
of years have gone by. And then when I had a pacemaker put in because
Yes.
I had an arrhythmia, the doctor said I had the body of a 42-year-old person. So now I'm trying to bring this 28-year-old brain and 42-year-old body into closer alignment.
Yes, I was at the doctor recently for a physical. He said I had the brain of a 4-year-old and the genitals of a 2-year-old, which is unbelievable, which I don't want to talk about, Mr. Mayor, not in front of you. I'll talk about that after you leave.
Okay.
All right, one quick story before we end this.
Okay.
So you're at Channel 2. They give you a TV show. You're on with that Jim Jensen. Jim Jensen was
No, he's
stable
not
during it?
responsible
Was he
for
stable during it?
Yes, he was stable.
Yeah.
I
No
liked him.
problems
No
with
problems
Jim?
at all. The problem with CBS was that they don't have much courage.
Right.
And
You would state your
they
opinions
would
on the
come in,
air.
right, and they would say to me, you have to stop being so controversial. You have to stop criticizing the mayor. You have to stop criticizing this person. And then when I criticized Charlie Rangel and he wrote them a letter, threatening them in a way, implicitly, and he's a very important person on the Ways and Means Committee. They threw in the towel, and in effect, they wanted me to apologize to him. I said, nothing doing. And I said, if you are uncomfortable with me, buy out my contract and I'll leave.
And they
that's
did.
What happened.
And they did. And that was the end of it.
Yeah,
Cowards.
But I'm so much better off. I'm now on Channel 5.
Right.
With a political commentary.
Well, you're not better off. Channel 5 is not better than Channel 2.
For me, it is.
And why? Because they let you do your thing.
Yes.
Problem is, nobody sees it.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Really?
They're not afraid. They're not afraid.
They're not afraid
Rupert
to let you do
Murdoch
your thing.
is not afraid.
Oh, yes, he is. Talk to him about me.
Oh,
I had a 5-pilot deal with that maniac. I'm not interested in
I
him.
happen to like him. I think he's a very courageous, intelligent man. I like him. I like Rupert Murdoch.
See, we do disagree on that.
Now, Cardinal O'Connor.
Well, he and I are very good friends.
Really?
Yes. We wrote he and I wrote a book together. It's the only book written by a prince of the church, a cardinal, and a
I don't see how you
Jewish
can I don't
layman.
see how you can stand that guy. I don't see how
like
you can
him.
stand him.
He has his point of view
Really?
as the prince of the church, which
Now,
is
when
the
you meet
Orthodox
with him-
Catholic view.
When you meet with him, does he wear those outfits?
Yeah, what outfits does he wear?
He wears a black suit, except when he's
Really?
involved in his churchly affairs.
Our favorite outfit is the purple and white flowing suit.
With the
Now,
pointed
don't make fun
hat.
of it.
I'm
wanna
not
tell
making
you,
fun. I love that.
He is a very,
Yes.
very decent guy. He goes to...
You like him. Who don't
hold
you
on.
like? Mario Cuomo you don't like.
Donald Trump.
No, Mario Cuomo you don't like.
I don't like Donald Trump, and I have mixed feelings about Mario Cuomo.
You don't like
Why
you-
is
you-
he not running for president?
You have to ask him.
No, you know why he's not. Why is he not running for president? What is
What
your
is
guess?
he afraid
What is
of?
your best guess?
He's not afraid of anything. This business about afraid that he'll be linked to organized crime, which some people have said absolutely wrong. I don't believe it for a minute. It's been checked out, and it's an outrage, and he has a right to say that's just anti-Italian when you raise that. That some people.
But you say on the back of your book even that one of the quotes pulled out is that you love the way he speaks. He speaks beautifully, but you feel like you don't even understand a word he said.
Yeah, what'd he say?
Yeah, come on.
I say it better than what you just said.
Go ahead.
What I say is Mario Cuomo is the only person I know of who can take any 5 words and turn it into a Japanese haiku, inexplicable and often without substance.
Right.
That's what I
And
say.
also, the reason you
Doesn't
really...
that sound better than what he said?
Yes.
But the reason you really don't like Mario Cuomo, as you state in your book, when you ran for mayor... when you ran for governor...
Right.
Both mayor and
governor, there were signs put up that said, vote for Cuomo, not the homo.
Absolutely.
And you felt that Cuomo was behind it.
Knew about it, and when if he didn't know about it initially, ultimately knew about it and didn't punish his campaign people or discharge them, and I frankly never forgave him for it.
Right, because you felt that he could have done something about those signs.
Absolutely. Not
it was
only
a low
that,
blow.
he rewarded those people by giving them high jobs in his gubernatorial administration.
What's your
Will
favorite?
Clinton be a good president?
No.
Who knows?
Doesn't matter. We got to change the.
But
We got to
know
change the
that
tide.
The existing guy has been a bad president,
All right.
and therefore we have only to hope that Clinton.
What do you
can
watch
only
on
Do
TV?
you like his economic policies?
Oh, sure. Clinton, yes, absolutely. What he wants to do is to invest in infrastructure, capital improvements. He wants a national comprehensive health program. There are 35 million Americans today who have no medical coverage at all.
We don't care. We have medical coverage.
Oh,
We're okay. As long as me and Robin are okay, we don't really care.
You're on Medicaid?
Yeah, we don't care about anybody but ourselves. We have a union health plan. We're okay. What about TV? What do you watch on TV? You watch Beverly Hills 90210?
No, I watch very little on.
Do you watch anything
I
frivolous?
watch Charlie Rose.
Oh, please.
I think
You're the
he's
only
a-
guy watching him.
No.
No, Charlie's horrible. Even Charlie admits it.
Charlie
has the worst career going in broadcasting.
I don't agree with you.
Charlie was in Washington, D.C. when we were there. I'll give you a quick story on Charlie Rose. Charlie Rose has a show. It's just like a Donahue show. It was before Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah.
All he had to do is be halfway decent at it. He loses that show.
Well-
they put him on CBS overnight. They lose that. Charlie...
He's now the best interviewer on TV.
Come on.
on
You know what it
television.
is? You're being kind. You're
No,
being kind.
no.
Even Charlie admits he's no good.
No. He does a lot of preparation. You watch his show. He has maybe 4 or 5 guests. He moves from the theater to politics.
You don't watch anything frivolous?
Well, I don't remember.
Nothing light?
I happen to like Masterpiece Theater.
Not light. That's not light.
That's not light?
Too intellectual. Donald Trump you hate?
I don't hate anybody.
Right.
I dislike him intensely.
Favorite comedian?
Wait a minute. I
You.
gotta find out why he
Thank
doesn't
you.
like like Donald Trump.
Excuse me, I just received a
Intensely.
compliment.
I heard it.
Right.
And I was
just
talking
received
over
a
it.
compliment.
Donald Trump's a blowhard.
He's a
Everybody knows
blowhard?
that, Yeah. I mean, they called me up when he was involved with his divorce with Ivana, and they said, "Do you have a position?" I said, "Well, I don't know what Ivana stands for, but I'm for her."
And a good movie that you've seen recently. Did you see the Clint Eastwood movie?
The Unforgiven.
How is that?
It is not great, but it is good. Diggstown is terrible.
Yeah. You went to see Diggstown?
Yeah.
Oh, he goes to see other
Enchanted
movies.
April is very good. I review movies in the Manhattan Spirit once a week.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
I have a post column every Friday.
Yeah, we read
television twice a week.
Radio show?
A partner in a law firm. I have a radio show. I teach at NYU.
You haven't
I've
slowed
written
down
a
at
book.
all.
No, look at you.
I get up 5:30 every morning. I go to bed after midnight.
Someone
I'm
told me
having
now
a ball.
you're planning a dial-a-joke? You're going to... No, that's not true? All right. Well, anyway, Mayor Koch's book, best mayor the city ever had, really.
Thank you very
But
much.
nobody knew that. Nobody appreciated him like I did.
Well, history will appreciate it.
History will
I
appreciate
hope
you, my
so.
friend. And I'm proud to call you friend. You don't have to call
Thank
me
you.
friend
No,
back.
I do. I like you.
That's all right, take it easy.
I like you.
I'm going to put you in a precarious position.
Precarious.
Citizen Koch is the book, Robin.
He says he's not running for anything anymore. He can do anything he wants.
Yeah, right. Now you can actually say you like me and not suffer the repercussions.
Not only that, you can talk as dirty as you want.
Really? Citizen Koch, an autobiography. Very good book. And there you heard it. Cuomo, we don't know if he's any good. Trump sucks. And
We got to vote for Clinton.
I got to vote for Clinton. All right. Mayor Koch, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you very, very much.
The book, Citizen Koch. We'll be back right after these words.
The classic.
My other cousin runs a video store. I said, you're not
Well, he's
ambitious
in the
enough.
business.
Yeah, there you go. He's in show business. But he has a whole lifestyle up there. Actually, he's probably smarter than I am because
Yeah, he's not under stress.
he's not under any stress. You see, my cousin, he has no stress. They keep the kids at home and they teach them at home.
Oh.
His wife was like a school teacher and she teaches the kids in the house.
Yeah.
And they like live in a log cabin or something.
They
They've got-
build it themselves?
Yeah, they got a whole bunch of acres up there because the acre's like $10 an acre. How much does
Sure.
it cost for an acre of land in Vermont?
Oh, not much.
Yeah.
5-10 grand.
For an acre? Yeah, 5-10 grand. So for
So
$5
why are you
grand,
complaining about their lives?
yeah, I don't know.
He's happy, I bet.
He's like tuned in, turned on, and
dropped out.
dropped out.
whatever.
Yeah, whatever. I never hear from him anymore.
No?
No.
Well, you're in that rat race. He's
Yeah.
disturbed by your energy.
Yeah. I'm too highly stressed. Yeah, so what can I do for you?
I just wanted to say, I haven't seen so many black people in my life.
What is in New York?
Yeah.
Oh, New York has a lot of
Well,
black
in
people.
Vermont, there are no black people.
Isn't
Come on.
it unbelievable? No, New York has a lot of black people.
But Vermont has none. So, I mean, come
Yeah.
on.
And the reason we have a lot of black people is a lot of black people moved up here from the South during the Mayor Lindsay administration. Right, Robin?
Well, that's what you say. I don't know why they got here.
Well,
I came, they were here.
You're too lazy to check it out, so I'm going to stick with that story. No, a lot of we have a lot of blacks. You know how Vermont has maple syrup? We have black people. All right, thank you.
And snow, Vermont has snow.
Yeah, we have black people and Puerto Ricans. Thank you.
Don't they cut their grass?
What is this?
They don't cut their grass.
But black people?
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's because of 200 years of oppression, my friend. Maybe black people had to
They
work
don't
on
want to cut their
they had to
grass.
work on plantations and cut the white man's grass. The hell do I know? No, they don't cut their grass. I grew up in a black neighborhood.
Now, I resent that.
No, a lot of black people.
I cut my grass.
Well, you do. You don't even have any grass.
Well, when I grew up, we cut our grass.
No, a lot of my neighbors in Roosevelt. It was very hard to sell the house because a lot of people wouldn't cut their grass,
Yeah.
and the homes looked very run down.
But you never met a white person who didn't do that.
I didn't say that. He asked me about black people.
Well, he's implying that only black people.
No,
don't cut their
in fact, 2 houses ago that I had, a guy on my street decided it looked more natural.
He wanted a wild.
Yeah, wild look. And this was a white guy. You don't trim your bush, Robin, so
Oh, hey, that's not true.
that's sort of like not
That is
cutting your
not
grass.
True. Not true.
You do trim? All right, sir, thank you. I just want to know how you like Mayor Koch, that's all.
He was great.
Yeah, all right, thank you. Well, that's someone from Vermont. Let's check in. Wonder how Cleveland enjoyed Mayor Koch. Cleveland, could you relate to Mayor Koch?
No, but I wanted to thank him for bringing some intelligent morning radio show.
Oh, good, a
And
Clevelander.
He got panned in yesterday's paper.
Who got panned?
Howard did.
Yeah, you're on the air. Yeah, I know, I read that. That was like really weird.
I thought it was lame because all the other stuff here in town in the morning is such drivel.
I know.
It's so lame. And finally, we've got somebody who says stuff that makes people think. I love it.
You know what I thought was weird in Cleveland?
What's that?
Yesterday, the program director in Cleveland sent me a tape of this guy, John Lanigan.
Oh, he's so awful.
So he was like a Howard Stern imitator. It was almost like he was, Fred, am I right? Was he almost doing my voice?
Oh, totally. And he is so lame, Lanigan and Webster.
And he
God.
like stole my whole personality. But the funniest part is he's trying to be me, except he's got the stupid echo chamber on.
Oh,
Right.
they're awful.
I can't take a guy seriously when he's talking like sort of like CBS FM here in New York. He's like, except like he wasn't playing music. He was just going, you know, and I can't stand the fact that Howard Stern has come to town in Cleveland. He puts Cleveland down, and we don't need that here.
He can't stand the competition.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm going to
comedy.
kick his little fat ass. He's going to get his fat ass kicked, that skunk.
I'll pay your airfare. I do stand-up
Sweetheart,
comedy
I don't
in
mean
Cleveland.
physically kick his ass. I'm going to kick his ass 10 times worse. He's not going to have a job when I'm done.
Cool.
You little imitator. You
Cool.
stupid
And the
ass.
other guy,
You
Jeff-
a-hole. Don't you get it?
Jeff
Not you, lady.
Flag.
I heard a tape of this guy with an echo chamber on his boy.
Oh, he's so
Howard Stern is no good. If it wasn't for Howard Stern, this guy wouldn't even have the balls to say half the things he says.
Oh, I know. And
What
then
a dick. You tell him from me, he's going down. He's a dick.
Yes. Take him out. Take him out.
Take him out. Let me tell you something. When we're done with him, he won't have a job.
I love it.
What does he think? Cleveland is tough competition? I've been up against the best. I've been up against Los Angeles.
And I have heard about you from all the other comics that travel around.
Oh, please.
And they
And you tell them to shut up, too.
No, what did they say?
They
I
talk
want to
good
hear.
about
What did
you.
those stand-up comedians say?
No, they talk good
Gotta
about
understand,
you.
I'm a little
They
punch
love
drunk.
you. And I kept
That
waiting.
yelling does it.
I
Yeah.
kept waiting for your program to come where I could finally hear it, and then there you are, and I'm like agreeing with what you say, and you make people think, and I
Of course.
you probably piss them off, but I love it.
Screw everybody. No, I heard this guy doing like a bad impression of me, doing all my bits and then like dragging the reporters in and doing everything I do. Now, if he was doing this stuff for so long, where was he when I started
How
doing
come
it?
he's still in Cleveland?
Yeah, why if he's so
Why
good?
hasn't someone come and discovered him?
You just wait and see how we rip the
Fury
balls out of
don't
his
want it.
ratings. He will be fired by the time we are done.
Yes. Peoria don't want
Same with the two jerks in Los Angeles who've been ripping me off for 3 years, and all the movie producers and TV producers who thought that they were originals now know the truth. John Lanigan kissed my fat black ass.
Yeah. Tell him.
What, are you, what is he, insane, going around doing and put the echo chamber on shows me he hasn't learned everything from me.
Boy, he's lost in the 60s.
No, he's talking out of his ass. That's why it's echoing like that.
That's the reason.
That's
Good.
the reason, sweetheart.
Okay, well, thank you for coming.
Yeah, and at least that
Cleveland.
Flash and Frisbone at MMS keep their mouths shut.
Yes,
Because if they open their mouths, I'll start talking about them.
burn them.
Those are my two bitches, Flash and Frizz. What is it, Jeff Flash?
Flash and Jeff.
Yeah, Flash and Gruff.
Mutt and Jeff.
Flash and Gruff, you tell them, why does everybody have a stupid name, like an animal name?
I don't know.
Well,
You tell Flash and Druck.
It's the level of radio.
You tell Flash and Druck, Fluff and Jerky,
aren't they awful?
that they're my two bitches, and if they open their mouths about me or say a negative word about me, I will make their lives freaking miserable. You just tell them to shut up. They're going to lose their #1 slot, and that's going to be the end of it. But at least they're not talking about me. But
Yeah,
that
no,
Lanigan
they-
guy, I heard him. I'm aware of him doing a bad impression of me, and I'm going to tell you something. That's the quickest way to lose ratings.
Oh, yeah. But now that you're here, we'll all just...
Watch what happens. Come to me, make me #1, and we'll throw all those idiots a funeral in Cleveland.
All right.
I'll come down to Cleveland, and we'll throw a funeral. How's that?
All right, I'll throw the party.
As
I'll throw the
distasteful
wake.
as it may be for me to come to Cleveland, I will go there.
I will throw the wake personally for him.
All right, very good.
And
Thank
you
you.
can, like,
All right,
roast
thank you.
them.
Thank you. I can't take it anymore.
All right.
You're getting me too charged up. All right, goodbye. I got to rest.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Whiz and Jizz. At least those two idiots keep their mouths shut. You heard the tape of that guy. It was like listening to me. It's like really weird.
A very bad imitation. It was like a really rank imitation.
Yeah, but I mean, like trying to steal my personality. How do you live with yourself when you steal somebody's personality? Stupid creep. Yeah, I tell you, boy. All he says is penis.
We don't need that here. I don't need that.
I don't need that.
We need something.
You need
I don't know
something
what
in
you
Cleveland.
need, but you
yeah,
need
it ain't
something.
you. I don't need that. You don't need it, all right. Well, you don't need it. You know what? You're going to be out of Cleveland, so you won't have to listen to it. What a dink.
All he is what was it? All he is another radio station.
Yeah. Guy's illiterate. Did you see the picture of him?
Yeah.
I thought I was unattractive.
I don't know how you could have that attitude with that look.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you get such a ballsy attitude when you look like the biggest geek on this side of the planet? What would you peg him at? About 50 years old?
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's been doing this kind of broadcasting a real long time. He's such a pioneer. He's doing it in Cleveland. He looked like Belushi, actually, but like not even cool like Belushi, but like an ugly Belushi.
Right. If Belushi was trying to play a nerd.
Yeah. Revenge of the Nerds. With the echo chamber. Yeah, we don't need Howard Stern. Shut up. Be happy I'm around because at least you have somebody to imitate, you peckerhead. Stupid dick. Just like those two Los Angeles a-holes. I can't wait till we have the funeral. Did we win yet there or what?
Well, I think we have to wait for another book, Howard, don't you?
They keep firing program directors over there, hiring program directors. They don't know what they should do is fire Mark and Brian. Two guys squeezing each other's asses on Arsenio. I feel bad for the two idiots at MMS and this Lanigan guy, because where do you go when you fall off Cleveland? Where do you go? What radio market do you go to next? Who hires you? The Philadelphia idiot can't get a job anywhere. Imagine the Cleveland guys, where they're going to go. Australia? Hello, welcome to 3W4 Radio. This is Flash and Frisbone Show. Australia. The John Lanigan Show on W Kangaroo. We'll see what happens there, little buddy. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, let me take a break. We'll do some news, and then Dennis Miller's coming in, Robin.
All right.
So we better get to some
He's
news.
here live.
Yeah, live. Back right after this.
20-song music marathons mean the most music, and I'll have another one during my midday show today. This is Pete Fornitel on 92.3 K-Rock, WXRK, New York. Howard Stern all morning, classic rock and roll all day.
The prices are great, the savings sensational during Macy's Giant RCA Week celebration. Save on all RCA TVs, VCRs, camcorders, CD players, and more, including the dynamic new RCA home theater TVs, many of which feature color picture-in-picture and the SRS sound retrieval system. Sound that surrounds you, it has no extra speakers or wires. Plus, when you buy any RCA home theater TV from 27 to 35-inch diagonal direct view up to 60-inch diagonal projection TV, you not only get the most advanced RCA picture and sound technology ever, you get a bonus gift bond of $50, $75, or $100. The bigger the RCA TV, the bigger the bond. And now, get an RCA 4-head VCR with VCR Plus and Universal Remote, regularly $349, now at a new low $299. It's fantastic. It's RCA Week at Macy's. Your chance to get sensational savings on all RCA electronics. Remember, the celebration ends this Saturday at Macy's.
Expert advice. You get it at the gas station.
It's a very sophisticated system. You're probably better off taking it to the GM dealership.
You get it at the service center.
We haven't got that kind of equipment here. Best bet's the dealership.
You get it at the tune-up shop.
Pretty tricky stuff. Out of our league. Sorry. Try the dealership.
The dealership.
The GM dealership.
If you own a GM car or light truck, take their advice and take it to the expert, Mr. Goodwrench. Only at your GM dealership.
Yeah. Fortunoff? Is this Fortunoff? Oh, God, I haven't talked about Fortunoff in how long, Robin?
It's been weeks.
Yeah, it really has. Where have they been?
I don't know. What are they up to now?
I'm just going to talk about the gold jewelry. I'm not going to talk about anything else. They have gold jewelry at Fortunoff. Everybody who lives in New York and New Jersey knows Fortunoff. Everybody.
If you don't know Fortunoff, you must have been living under a rock.
See, right now we're just broadcasting to New York and New Jersey. Do you realize that?
I know. I feel a sort of intimacy.
Yeah. When we're doing the live commercials, everybody else tunes away. You know, they do their commercials. Like Cleveland's doing their commercials in Los Angeles.
So it's just us.
Yeah, so we can give a secret message to New York. We like you guys best.
Yeah, you know you're
the one.
favorite.
Yeah, you're the ones who started all this. You know what I mean? By making us successful, now we're on all these other markets.
We would never abandon you. People keep asking me if we're moving to Los Angeles.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, we wouldn't do that. We hate it out there. We hate the people of Los Angeles. We just can't say that when we're, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, in Philly? Oh.
Yeah, in Philly, we hate.
Forget Cleveland.
Every time we go there, we want to throw up.
I can't wait to leave.
Yeah. So, you know, if anybody's feeling insecure out there, We're not moving anywhere. Okay, anyway, so gold jewelry at Fortunoff's. It's great. I want to thank the people of Fortunoff's for allowing us to use their time to give secret messages.
It's very nice of them.
You can't buy fine gold jewelry at a better price anywhere, they guarantee it. Fortunoff has the largest selection of 14 and 18-karat gold jewelry at the guaranteed lowest prices every day. Exquisite gold earrings, bracelets, necklaces, rings, and charms. And no store has a larger collection. You've been there, Robin. Tell everybody.
It's beautiful, and you can't imagine how much jewelry there is.
Each piece of jewelry at Fortunoff is inspected for craftsmanship. They have an inspector over there.
But it's true. Every piece is a fine piece.
They got an inspector. What's that guy's name again, the inspector we met? Inspector Clouseau?
No, wasn't he, what?
Inspector Clouseau? All right, Fortunoff, the source for fine jewelry at the lowest prices anywhere. 5th Avenue and Westbury, New York, Wayne, Woodbridge, and Paramus, New Jersey. Fortunoff.
All right, I'm looking for a good deal on a car. I want reasons to buy, sensible reasons, along with savings. So don't tell me about a great deal, but it only applies to Canary Yellow models. A catchy song is not a reason to buy a car. Don't tell me you're going to throw the white walls in for free. I want real reasons, practical ones, reasons like engineering. Tell me like a Subaru Legacy, it offers 4-channel anti-lock brakes. Tell me it's got front-wheel drive and an independent suspension system that's built to last. Tell me it's reliable like a Subaru. Tell me all that, and then tell me about the savings. You know, like if I buy now, I can save up to, what, $2,800 on a Legacy LS sedan. Give me reasons to open up my wallet. More reasons than an ugly color, a snappy tune, and white walls. I have the money. I want to know what to drive.
Subaru. What to drive? Save up to $2,800 on selected Subaru Legacy LS sedans with airbag. Savings based on $2,800 cash to dealer. Dealer participation may affect savings. See dealer for details. Offer ends November 3rd.
Test drive a Legacy today at your local Subaru dealer and find out why Subaru really is what to drive.
We're here to reassure all Corn Nuts fans. Even with a lighter crunch, Corn Nuts are still
the king of crunch. The proof, first of all.
A bag of some ordinary
wimpy
potato chips here.
A good-sized book.
We drop the book on the bag and... Ugh,
not a pretty sight.
Corn Nuts bag.
Good-sized book.
Los Angeles phone book.
With pictures. Great structural integrity.
And a great nacho cheese.
Yes, we've proved it.
Even with a lighter crunch...
Corn Nuts is still the king of crunch.
And here's more proof.
To the king.
Oh, good. You know, Robin, I'm anxious to turn you into some new music here today.
Oh, yeah?
Are you familiar with the artist Joe Satriani?
Well, you know I am.
Yeah.
So you've got new music from Joe?
Yeah. Joe Satriani just put out a new album. You're enjoying it right now here.
This is it?
Yeah.
This is not.
No, of course it's not. Why don't we turn this down and get into some really good Joe Satriani music, and I'll do this quickly because I know we have limited time. This is Joe Satriani's newest single, as a matter of fact. Take a listen to it. I think you'll like it.
Crackman.
Check this out. This is good. What do you think of that? He's wacky, that guy.
Joe's
cutting edge,
adding humor, I guess, to his albums now. It used
Now,
to
let
be
me,
just hard driving music.
That's right. I had another one of his songs. I just can't seem to find it. I just got a hold of it. Actually, I want to play you the real song. That's not Joe Satriani.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, here it is. This is from Joe Satriani. Check this out. I think it's pretty good.
We will rock you. We will rock you.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's President Bush's new record.
I can't believe the president is covering a Queen song.
Oh, yeah, he loves it. He loves to rock. Now, this is Joe Satriani. No kidding around. This is really him. This is called Summer Song. Check this out. I think you really...
Summer Song.
Yeah. Check this guy out. I mean, I think he's very, very good. I enjoy this. You know me. I got that heavy metal look, Robin.
Yeah.
You know, so I get into this. I love to rock. You know that. You know I rock at my house. You know that. It's not like I'm some old guy trying to dig rock. I mean...
No, you sit there with the headphones on.
I do. I mean, I really do. Listen to that. Come on. Joe doesn't put any words to it. He doesn't make any nonsense up. Just good cutting-edge guitar. Listen to that. Baby, 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 I love you. You're my girl. I want to really have sex with you. Yeah, sex with you. Baby, 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 I love you. I think you are really good looking too.
I think if he had wanted words, Howard, he would have added them.
Baby, 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 I wanna bang you. Look at you, you're looking so good too. What do you think of that? I don't mean Joe, I mean my singing.
No. I was trying to give you a hint that really didn't need you.
Come on, that sounded. Oh, that's not nice to say. I mean, you know that was good. How was that? You ever hear his song called "The Extreme"?
Mm-mm.
Let me give you a little excerpt of this. Let me just play this. And Joe Satriani's in the record stores right now. Check this out. No words. He doesn't.
No, it's all music.
I hate
That's what
words.
I like.
I love music. Listen. I buy a record to hear music. Not somebody talking over
Well,
it.
sometimes words are nice, but it's nice to hear instrumental rock.
See this? It starts out slow, and you think, oh, maybe Joe's gotten wimpy or something, and you're getting bummed out. And you say, maybe I wasted my money.
What is this?
And then all of a sudden, he kicks ass. Come on, baby. I'll sing for this one. Just get it. Trim, trim, trim your bush. Baby, 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 you gotta trim that thing. Trim, trim, trim your bush. Baby, 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 gonna trim your bush. Come on, honey, you know I like it. Trim, 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 trim your bush. Trim, 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 trim your bush. Sit on the mirror, get the scissor, trim, trim, trim your bush. Get the mirror, get the scissor, your bush. Come on, baby, sit on the mirror, get the scissor, trim your. All right, what do you think of that? That one's called Trim Your Bush.
The subject matter of your songs.
Yeah, but come on, I'm doing it off the top of my head.
Are rather limiting.
I might put out an album myself with Joe Satriani.
You're going to collaborate with Joe?
Yeah, I want to record that Trim Your Bush thing. I see that as becoming an anthem for young people. Well, anyway, it's Joe Satriani, Robert, on Relativity Records. You'll love it. Thank you. What a commercial.
But it did give me the idea that you could sing along, make up your own songs at home with this album.
You bring up a good point. That's why I like Joe Satriani's albums. I hate when a guy makes up all the lyrics for you. I like to have fun and make up some of my own lyrics.
These could be your very own songs.
It's fun. I'm telling you. You're amazing, Robin. You could be like Howard and make up your own lyrics.
This is the perfect album for it.
I love it, personally. I like making believe I'm a rock star.
You know a lot of other people do, too.
Was that Trim Your Bush thing that bad? Seriously. Do you think I can release that?
Well, I thought it was kind of interesting when you got to get the scissors, get the...
Yeah.
Sit all of a sudden, you know, he's got something here.
Yeah, sit on the mirror, get your scissors, trim your bush. Come on. Where's the mayor? I got to get back. Where's that woman who said we do a lot of intelligent discussion on this show?
Make people think.
Yeah. Anybody thinking right now? I'm just thinking about Bush. Yeah, we're thinking all right. Gee, I really like your show, Howard. You make people think. You found the 1 hour where you interviewed a legitimate guy.
Somebody could have stumbled onto this program during the Mayor Koch interview.
Yeah, and actually thought that we were happening.
It was a legitimate talk show.
You know, that's what scared me about it. Like that woman called up and goes, I really found some intelligence there, an intelligent conversation. I'm going, uh-oh. No ratings. Mayor Koch just lost our entire audience.
Oh, I don't think so.
I don't either. I don't think, when you jumped in Mayor Koch's lap, started servicing him, like with the first 15 minutes of the interview, that was wild.
Well, he didn't flinch. He didn't pull back.
And how about when I pulled down Fred's pants and started playing butt bongo on Fred in front of the mayor? He loved it.
He was in the spirit of the whole thing.
Yeah, he was.
He's a good time guy.
You should have heard Jackie after the mayor left. He goes, man, good guy. Really good guy.
So friggin' likable.
So friggin' likable. So friggin' likable. Jackie's happy because like the mayor shook his hand and was didn't vomit when he saw Jackie. Jackie painted a vagina on his head, on the mayor's head. Hey, good guy, well likable. Should have heard Jackie in here. He doesn't gush too much.
No, but he was like a schoolgirl.
Yeah. Jackie.
I was attracted to him.
I heard him there. Good guy. Really good.
What a likable guy.
Right.
Likable friggin' guy.
Man, likable friggin' guy.
Jackie hobnobbing with the mayor. Wait till I tell my wife.
I thought he was great. I love it when that, he's like Tony the Tiger with that great.
Great!
Crap.
All right, we're going to take a break. Jackie's political analysis. Good guy.
So friggin' likable.
I'm sitting there listening. I want to throw him out of the room. All right, we're going to take a break, Rob, then we got to do the news. Come on.
Right.
All right, because Dennis Miller's coming, and we got plenty to ask him.
Yeah.
Right after these words.
It's a 92.3.
November. How's that?
Go.
Jack. 1-800-95-LOJACK. LoJack. We got a busy day today. Well, we got to have a meeting about the video.
Mm-hmm.
We're planning a video for Christmas release. And then I got to try on the guy who designed my Fartman costumes coming down.
Right, you have a fitting.
I have a fitting for my Fartman costume. We got to decide how much cheek to show. Wait till you see how many people are involved in this costume.
Really?
$10,000 to make this costume. Movie studio laid it out.
Wow.
That's pretty cool. I'm working for a movie studio.
Yeah, they can do things like that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's like, we need a costume. Okay, we'll fly this guy in from Los Angeles and he'll design it.
No problem.
No problem.
What time do you need it?
Yeah. We made Nightmare on Elm Street. We got plenty of money. We made the, what is that, Ninja Turtles.
They did make some good ones.
Yep.
Money makers.
Yeah, that's all that counts.
I was thinking about it today, that interview with Dana Carvey.
Yeah.
When you said to him, I'm going to make more money than Wayne's World, my movie. And he says, hey, man, it's not possible.
Well, a lot of people have said that in my career. There isn't going to be a man, woman, and child who's not going to want to see Fartman. You can't miss with that.
Yeah, but his attitude that, of course, it's not possible ever to top that.
Well, we've heard that before.
Ridiculous.
We've heard that before in our careers. It's not possible that we'd be on the air in 10 years in New York, but we are.
That's right. It's not possible that with $50,000 as a budget every week, we could beat Saturday Night Live, but we did it.
Not possible that we could win in Los Angeles in a year.
Not possible that we could do any of this. The syndication stuff wasn't supposed to work at all.
We are so full of ourselves. And we constantly remind ourselves of all of our greatness.
Maybe that psychiatrist is right.
And in show business, nobody takes us seriously. That's why we have to do this. Really, nothing is impossible except getting into Fred's apartment.
That we have found a roadblock. Finally,
I'll get in.
Something that has stopped us.
I'm now more convinced that I will get in.
Well, see, my concern is what will happen to our relationship with Fred if you do it.
Fred will be mad for about a month, and then he'll get over it.
He'll get over it?
Yeah, he won't quit.
Oh, okay.
Fred, am I right? What? You wouldn't quit if we filmed your apartment. You'd just be really mad at us.
We'll see what happens.
You're worried about our relationship. What relationship?
Maybe he'll start talking to us.
If we were to film your apartment, with you not there, somehow we get in.
Hypothetically.
How mad would you be?
Very furious.
You would?
I'd be furious.
Would
How
you leave
furious?
the show?
It would be a possibility.
Really?
Yes.
But you might stay.
He's not going
Anything
anywhere.
is possible.
He's not going anywhere. You're staying right here. You got it too damn good. He's leaving. Where's he leaving?
Where's he going to go?
That's it. We're filming you. Yeah. You go with Jackie.
I'm out of here.
What are we doing in the news?
Well, the first thing I wanted to bring up is a national scandal, Howard. Do you realize that we have something going on in this country now called granny bashing?
In what sense?
In what sense? In the sense that older people are abused by their children when they're in their care.
Well, that must mean
Their
they were
children and their grandchildren.
must mean they were rotten parents and they raised animals, and only animals would treat their parents that way.
Can you imagine knocking around some old lady with, you know, the possibility of a broken hip?
Well, that means they
looming
probably
large in front of you.
They probably knock their kids around.
Yeah, but still.
Yep, that's what comes around goes around.
I'm sorry.
Good.
And it's on the rise in this country.
That's right.
So you're telling me that all parents were abusive?
A lot of parents are abusive. Me, I'm going to put my parents in an old age home. I'll let them abuse them. I tell my parents
I think
all the
that's
time,
nicer.
I wouldn't let my mother and father move into my house.
Oh, really?
That would ruin my marriage and everything. It would be too much of a burden on my family. I would have to put them in an old age home. I get a nice old age home where they don't serve dog food.
But you really think that having one of your parents around would ruin your marriage?
My parents come around once a week and it ruins my marriage. What do you mean? Imagine having them there every day.
Well, do you realize that once upon a time, Howard, there was no such thing as the nuclear family as we know it today. Generations used to live in homes together,
I know.
especially during the time that we were mostly a farming run economy.
Oh, you act like I don't know that. Ever since Einstein, we've had the nuclear family.
But I'm just saying, just imagine if you had lived in those times where, you know, there was the family farm and all of you would be together.
I used to put a drumstick in the spike of my grandmother's wheelchair and watch her go flying. I was the original granny basher. So, you know, I'm one of those guys.
It's a sad commentary.
She'd fly through the air with the greatest of ease.
Old people who fear for their safety on the streets must also fear for their safety in their own living rooms. Children and grandchildren abuse their elderly relatives at hair-raising rates, according to the experts. This is all in Newsday today.
Hey, no
Because
wonder
there's a
John Lola's
story.
had that broken arm.
There's a story in the paper about a 75-year-old woman who lived in fear of her 33-year-old daughter who was smothered by her on Sunday night. Can you?
XL. Ask for the XL. This one's the size of a laptop computer. You type on it with a full-size keyboard, and out come these labels, 5 label sizes up to like 1 inch. Inches like fits right onto the spine of a videotape. So you can like have a professional label on your home videotapes. Let's say you tape something, then you make a professional label.
Oh, absolutely. I did that just last night.
That's right. 7 kinds of barcodes for inventory and pricing control, automatic sequential numbering for serial number labels. That's, you know, if you're into commercial use. Automatic tape cutter. Stores are using it for making shelf labels, and factories and warehouses for making labels on bin signs, and libraries and museums for exhibit tags. This can be used for endless reasons, and it's still affordable. Brother P Touch XL, available at Staples, J&R Music World, S&N Sound City, and Tops. Ask for the Brother P Touch XL. You'll love this thing. Robin just handed me an article out of Cleveland, you know, they're writing about our show. And who's it? The program director or the general manager they interviewed?
Oh, somebody over there.
Kim
something in
Colebrook?
charge of marketing.
Yeah, so they interviewed her, and she says, oh, we're getting very positive reaction, much more than we expected. We're only getting 60% negative phone calls. Great.
Surprisingly, she said.
We're only getting 60% negative phone calls. We expected much more. Nice to put that in the paper. The newspaper in Cleveland set up a special number we can call and tell you, you know, we'll call it. A special number you comment on the show.
Yeah, you heard us the other day. We heard us.
Why shouldn't we comment? It's us. We'll call that later. Maybe we should get Dennis Miller in.
Okay.
And he'll do the news with us and stuff. We only have him for a few minutes. Bring in Dennis.
What's he up to?
I don't know what he's up to, but
That he's on such a tight schedule.
what do Stuttering John and Dennis Miller have in common?
Stuttering John and Dennis Miller.
They both have no show.
Oh.
Joke going around the station. There he is. Look at him. Look at you. Oh, he's so low key. It's ridiculous.
Look at this.
Hey, Dennis, how you doing? Hi, good seeing you.
What's the matter with you?
What happened? Hold it, Dennis.
What happened?
You set off something.
End of the world.
Hold on.
Hi, Jack.
You look like Grizzly Adams.
It's just a little beard.
You haven't been off work that long.
Where is that?
So
now?
Gary comes in during the commercials and says, boy, Dennis Miller's got some attitude. I go,
yeah?
I go, well, what happened? Gary's like pissed off that Dennis Miller doesn't recognize him.
Oh, dear.
Says,
Gary has a problem. Gary has an attitude.
Yeah, and I go, Gary, you're the one with the attitude. I said, what? I mean, Dennis is pretty famous. And, I mean, I'm not saying
I'm
this.
sure he doesn't sit around thinking about Gary.
He goes, Dennis Miller calls up, I'm over in FAO Schwartz, and I'm looking for a Gary Del Abate. So Gary's positive that Dennis does remember him and just was like trying to put him down.
No, how do you say it?
Gary, who knows? Any name with an apostrophe.
I don't want to hurt his feelings.
Gary, you're out of your mind.
I think he's gotten incredibly sensitive since he got married.
Oh, I'd be upset if Dennis recognized Gary. I'd say, what's with Dennis that he recognizes him?
But that Gary should expect someone to know who he is.
He just goes, oh, he's up full of attitude, man. The guy comes in and like doesn't even recognize me.
Hey, man.
And I'm like, well, he goes, and he's like real aloof, and he's not rapping to Gorilla. And Gorilla went in and said and Dennis Miller's real cold. And I'm going, Gorilla?
Get him out of the room.
Why is Gorilla in the room with Dennis Miller? No wonder it's hard to get guests. They stick Gorilla in there with the
There's
guests.
a torture chamber they have to go through before they get here.
What a goof.
I have that sort of way that, hi, good morning, can be misinterpreted.
You're very hostile.
Hi, good morning, how are you?
What are you doing here? What are you promoting?
Nothing.
You just came by to say hi?
Well, I figured I'd level my radio karma because I hadn't talked to you for years.
You know what?
And then I had a show and I talked a couple of times, and now I don't have a show, and I think that
I appreciate
you
you coming.
when you don't have a show because you always thought I was just calling you because I had a show.
You know what? You are a changed man.
In what
Because
regard?
Dennis had trouble getting guests on his show, now he feels compelled to be on every show. Not even,
He'll never say no.
He can never say no again because he said, "Hey,
I guess surrogate."
You cannot say no to guests now because you've been all over the newspapers saying, "Hey, people wouldn't come on my show."
Yeah, but you know what? The thing that bothers me is that they attach to that now that, and I always preface that statement by saying that's not why my show's off the air, and now they put that on saying that I feel that's why I'm off the air. You know, there is a myriad of reasons my show isn't on the air. The culpability flows chart on that show's demise is like the genealogy of the kid on the porch in Deliverance. But the fact is, there was some.
But let's just say that because
I
you
did
were
have trouble.
upset,
I did have trouble with the Tonight Show.
you were
so, yeah, I
upset
was just
getting
frank
guests,
about it,
right? And now you are obliged to do every show.
Why do you think the Tonight Show went after the Dennis Miller
No,
show?
let me explain
don't.
something.
No,
I
no,
want to explain something to Dennis. I've heard all of Dennis's comments. Let me explain something.
I never said
No.
that.
I'm not saying this in a hostile way. You got to understand something. I just got to call it the way I see it. Now, here's the thing. You're upset. You like doing your show. I know that.
And you and Jay Leno were friends, right?
Right.
Yeah.
In fact, in a Playboy interview, Dennis Miller said about Jay Leno, this is many years ago.
6 months ago.
Right. Jay Leno taught me that you don't have to be an a-hole in show business. I met him in Pittsburgh, and his work ethic impressed me immensely. His normal approach to it. He's the nicest, straightest guy in the world. So that freed me up in a way. You had very nice things to say about him.
He was one of my best friends on the planet. If he came in here right now, we wouldn't even say hi to each other.
Really?
I did try to get Jay. I called Jay and asked him to come on the show via phone, and I was going to try and patch up things, but Jay said no.
Well, in the interim 6 months, things can happen. Things can happen in a moment with people. But over these 6 month period,
Let me
things
say
happen.
something. I'm not here to defend Jay or anything. I'm just trying to tell you the way I see it. Now I'm outside the
You did
situation.
that already.
No, okay, all right, right, okay. Here it is. Here's my beat on it. Robin, you've heard this already, but I'll repeat it.
I'll not listen.
Okay, please tune out. Okay. When you go into a talk show,
yeah.
All right. First of all, a lot of you stand-up comedians aren't used to competitive situations. Really. You guys go on your club dates, and if you're a good comedian, they put you on and you play to an audience, and you're really not in a competitive situation.
Oh, wow.
You guys,
There's not a choice of another comedian,
Right.
right next to you.
So the point is, you guys for the first time...
I got to go on record as saying I disagree with the premise because it was gladiator school.
No, it
getting
isn't.
a
It's
comedian.
different. Being a broadcaster is different. You are in the market for immediate ratings. Okay? It is a different animal. It's completely different. I couldn't be a stand-up comic. I don't know anything about that. But I know what it is to be a broadcaster.
Mm-hmm.
And people who are comedians a lot of times come on and go, man, you're ruthless. What are you doing, man? You're putting down your competition. Why are you saying all those... Hey, man, it's either me or them. It's that simple. There's only so much audience to go around. I'm very blunt about it. It is a competitive business. Okay. But still, there's a certain code of honor and all that kind of thing. You know, I mean, some things you do and some things you don't.
Oh,
okay?
yeah, I
okay.
agree
All
with you.
right, all right. Okay, you agree with
Level of etiquette.
Right. So then you're analyzing why the Dennis Miller Show failed, okay? So one of the gripes that you have, just one of the reasons, is Jay Leno kept guests off of your show.
No, Howard, I never said that. I mean, I'll go ahead. You
Oh, am I wrong?
It's your show.
I'm wrong?
I just said I wouldn't talk to Jay.
Why?
There's a whole bunch of reasons, that being one of them that you just mentioned.
More than that?
Yeah, there are two ways to approach your competition with other people. And as you
True.
said, one of them involves a level of etiquette. Arsenio Hall, I don't know him that well, but he was always, and believe me, I'm not naive. Like you said, I know everybody wants to beat your ass.
Right.
He just did it, I thought he did it in a rather above-board manner.
Because let me tell you what happens. You have
come
a
on
publicist,
now,
right?
Howard.
No, wait,
I know
you have a
you're
publicist.
tapped. I know you're tapped enough into this business to know that you hear things about the Tonight Show.
No.
I just know you are.
But I am tapped into the business, but I'm saying, listen, like take me, right? You invited me on your show.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm of the approach when it comes to show business. I don't go on every show. You take a look at what's the highest rated shows, and you go on that.
Right.
That's the way you do it. You can't go on every radio show if you're out promoting. So you do as much as you can or what you think is worthwhile. And then at some point you say, hey, I'm getting a little overexposed or something like that. You know what I mean? You
So
have a philosophy.
nothing would enter into it for you as in a way of an aesthetic decision. It would be completely numbered.
No, part of it is aesthetic. I mean, like, I go on the Letterman show because I think that's a cool show and stuff. But at the same point...
You just felt that you're more simpatico with Jay comedy-wise than the other shows.
No, I felt that, hey, that the Tonight Show had a certain prominence, and do a hit on there, and then get off. Don't go on every talk show.
Mm-hmm.
Go on every talk show, you become mundane, then no talk show wants you. So I think a lot of publicists would say, hey, I don't want to go on the Dennis Miller. I don't want my client to go on the Dennis Miller show because, not that I don't like Dennis Miller, but okay, the show's pulling about a 2 nationally. We don't, you know, the hardcore decision is, hey, I'll save myself for an Arsenio appearance. I'll save myself for a Jay Leno appearance.
Like I said, I understood all the pragmatic aspects
And
of
then
this.
you know every
You just
show
didn't do it right.
And you know that every show always says, hey, wait a second. Johnny used to do it. Nobody got on Johnny's ass for it. I thought Johnny was the biggest a-hole in the business. I think Johnny really ruined a lot of people's lives and careers. I think he was very rude to Joan Rivers. Right? Joan Rivers is going to go discuss her offer from Fox with Johnny. Hey, kiss my ass, Johnny. Screw Johnny. So, but the point is, you know that Jay Leno's going to say to a guy, hey, where else are you going to appear on 3 shows this week? Appear on my show, wait a week or 2, and then go on some other show. I don't care, but if you're going to go, it's going to be mundane. I'm going to announce I have Dana Carvey, Dennis Miller's got Dana Carvey, Arsenio's got Dana Carvey. I want to have you just for the week.
Mm-hmm.
And then go on another show. I don't care. I could buy into that.
Sure.
I think where you ran into trouble was the ratings and the amount of talk shows there are. People were making decisions, hey, I'll just go on the Tonight Show, or maybe I'll just go on Arsenio.
Well, that's why I've never blamed Jay Leno for the demise of the show. I'm just saying I wouldn't talk to Jay Leno, and I don't think he'd talk to me.
What the hell is going on?
I would love to know
Well,
the rest
come on,
of the
Arsenio
story.
doesn't talk to him, and they don't get along anymore, and they were friends. I don't know the situation between he and Johnny. He says it's great, but simple fact is, at the end, he never said anything, and Johnny never said anything.
This Jay Leno seems like the nicest guy in the world. I've been
You
I know
always
time.
told me he was.
Let me tell you something. He went on the Tonight Show. This skunk, Doc Severinsen, and this Ed McMahon. Really,
I know. I saw you earning your bones over there.
But I was completely out of my mind when I saw this. I would have said this if I didn't like Jay Leno.
But he
Those
said it
two-
here first.
Yeah, I did. Those 2 ingrates.
Believe me, they knew you said it here first.
I know.
Believe me.
But they are 2 ingrates.
You had been scoped at. Did you ever see North by Northwest?
Yes, I have.
Well, you
Tell
to
me-
some extent were the
You're
Cary
being very
Grant
mysterious.
guy.
You are being very mysterious about all of this.
I'm not.
Some other things have gone down here that we don't know about. Is that true?
Yeah, we don't.
What
We're
happened?
different type people.
Tell me what happened.
We're just
When
different
did he
people.
change?
You know,
In
you-
6 months, all this happened?
Well, Robin, I think that it would be naive not to think that you might see a different side of somebody when you're in direct competition with them.
Oh, I suppose. I guess. I don't know.
Well, do you suppose, or do you not see where that would be?
Absolutely.
We've always been the
And
same.
if
That's
you-
why I don't understand.
If you were not competitive
We
with
hate
somebody,
everyone. We hate everybody. So we,
That's right.
if you're not in direct
we never
competition
change.
with them, trust me, until you are, you
do you
wouldn't
feel
see a
Jay?
different
Do you feel
side.
Jay Leno is panicking? Is that what's happening? And he is
Has he
reacting.
turned an ugly shade of gray because of panic?
Panic?
No, I don't think he's panicking at all. I think he'll probably be on longer than Johnny Carson.
Really?
Yeah, sure.
But you'll never do the show.
And you think Arsenio was
I would
less
do it
competitive?
if they had, you know, if
you don't
there's
think
a,
Arsenio
there's a guest, huh?
You don't think Arsenio says to guests you can't go on certain shows, you can't go on Dennis Miller this week? You don't think he plays that game? I know he does.
I said that earlier. So
He plays it.
I said
Arsenio
that
plays that
10
game.
minutes ago.
So why would you be against Jay? He's doing the same thing to you.
It's the way he
There's two ways
plays
to do it. You know, Howard, you know, if you haven't heard anything about
I think
the
you're not mad
Tonight
at
Show-
Arsenio because it's more politically correct not to be mad at Arsenio. You'll look like you're a racist if you're. Am I correct? Tell the truth.
That's fine. Well, that's as good a theory as any.
You
All
would
I
look
can
like a
tell you is
racist if you said some bad things about Arsenio.
two people can arrive at the same goal in different ways, and one way can not offend you, and one way you can find offensive.
Well, all I can say in Dennis's behalf is that he's not the only one who's had a falling out with Jay.
Well, a lot of people listen, a lot of people had a falling out with Johnny Carson. The same reason. We had Robert Wall in the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Comes in, he's all upset. I said, what's the matter, Robert? He says, well, I got my new movie out, and I want to try to book myself on The Tonight Show, and Jay's a very good friend of mine. And I call up and I say, hey, can I be on the show? And they said, no.
Mm-hmm.
So I called Jay at home. Billy Crystal says to him, why don't you call Jay at home? Calls Jay at home, and Jay kind of said, you know, I don't know what the problem is. I'll look into it. I'll see what's going on. Maybe there's a problem. So Robert Wall called back and never got on The Tonight Show.
Well, the people called him from The Tonight Show and said, please don't call Jay at home.
Now, I said to Robert Wall, now wait a second. I said to Robert Wall, you're out of line. I said, if Gary, my producer, tells you not to come on the show, don't call me at home and ask me and embarrass me. We don't want you on the show. How many different people do you need to tell you you're not on the show?
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason you're not on the show. What, you got to know the reason? You want Jay Leno to say to your face, you're not big enough to be on the show, or I don't like you anymore, or what?
But wait a minute, Howard. You know
I don't
there are
understand it.
times that a host doesn't know things. You are a case in point. Letterman wanted you on that show. The people who booked the show didn't want you on the show.
Let me tell you something. I couldn't give a rat's ass who wants me on his show. If
No,
someone
it's
wants
just
me on
the
the show, let them
point.
pick up and call me. And if they don't, screw them.
No, it's just the point that maybe, I mean, Robert
wait a second,
had
wait a second.
perfectly
In alternating moments, you just said, how dare anybody call me, and if they want on, call me.
No, I am saying...
He doesn't make
You're
sense.
not
David-
a loose cannon, you're a Gatling gun, for God's
No, you're not following what I'm saying. If David Letterman wants me on his show,
Yeah.
let him go through all the politics he has to talk to this one and that one, and then let his people book me on the show. Let him call me. If they don't call me, who cares? I'm not going to call David Letterman in his house and ask him why I can't be on.
But if you were a friend of his and you had a product to push...
There are no friends in this business.
Okay.
What
Robert
friend?
thought he was his friend.
Robert is not Jay Leno's friend. Robert's hallucinating. Robert's a guy who meets him on the comedy circuit, and Jay's polite to him. Well, you call me at home about, we don't want you.
Well, Howard, you just described my story with Jay Leno. I was
Oh, really?
hallucinating. I met him on the comedy circuit, and he was pleasant. And
So
I
what
missed,
did he do to you? He
I missed the
competed with
point.
you? You mean he went on the Tonight Show and asked certain guests not to go on in the same week, and you're upset about that? How
No.
can you be upset about that?
He says that's not it.
There's more to
But
it.
he's not saying what
Howard,
it is.
There's years and years of being friends and then seeing a change in that
What
behavior.
was the change? What did he do? I got to find out what he did. I can't understand why you're mad. Because what, he competed with you? Of course. I have friends who have gone on radio shows opposite me.
Mm-hmm.
What am I going to do?
I do too, Howard. That's all I can tell you.
Dennis,
it's
what is
more
bothering you?
personal than
I don't know about this. I think
publicist thing.
I think you're building up animosity here with Jay, and it's getting blown out of proportion.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think you're really mad at him.
Okay. Well, that's your
You
theory.
don't
we
think
don't
he's
know.
really mad at
we
him.
don't
And there's
know
a
each other
heaviness
that
about
well.
there's a heaviness about you. I see it in you're burdened with this. You seem like a different guy than I knew 3 years ago. You're burdened by this. You seem upset. You
Jay
seem
and I don't
genuinely-
get along.
You seem genuinely upset.
That's fine. But you have to admit you're the armchairiest of armchair psychiatrists.
Thank you. And I am the armchairiest.
You know, like, just because you say that, I don't know that.
Will you
that
go back on
really
Saturday Night
means-
Live and do the news?
Oh, no, that job's
You would never
taken.
do that.
Well, that's
Oh,
Kevin's
please.
job.
Kevin,
you don't
Kevin's
want to
dan-
offend him?
No offense to. Oh, you want to offend Kevin to your
No,
friend?
Lauren's like that. You know, Lauren's very loyal. Once he picks you, he won't.
Really?
Yeah, he wouldn't change that.
Admit you're better at it than Kevin is.
I'm pretty good at that.
You're pretty good at doing the news.
Yeah, I do the news well.
Do you ever watch Kevin do the news on Saturday Night Live?
I watched it a couple times.
What
yeah.
did you think of it?
Once he was real good at it, once he was real bad at it.
What is he so bad about? That he can't actually read the lines, right? He fumfers through the lines. He gets to the joke.
Well, the one night I saw him and it didn't work that well, yeah, he stumbled on a couple jokes. But like I said, the other time he did it, he killed. So, you know, I don't know what his track record was over the year, but the two I saw were split evenly.
My advice to him, he happens to be a talented guy. I say tip his wig to the crowd and let you take over again.
I know, you always advocate the theory that he has a wig. Is he pissed at you?
I don't know. I know my competitor in Cleveland's got a bad wig. Did you see that guy, that press photo, that guy
There's
Lanigan?
no way that's real hair.
That can't be real hair. Why doesn't he pull his wig off? Let's see what's underneath it. Oh, you never want to compete with me. It's brutal. You think Jay's bad. Jay's nothing. Jay's a pussycat.
You know what you get.
I'll find out anything about you and ruin your life.
I do say we fight
You know what
fair
you
and
get when
square.
you get into
Yeah, we
battle.
fight fair and square, all right. We find out your mortgage. We find out everything and blast it over the radio.
You know what you get with you, though.
What? Honesty.
Well, I'm just saying,
That's
if
right,
you
I'm
get into
always
battle
upfront
with
about
you, I just know I would know what was happening.
Let me tell you something.
Please do, Howard.
Don't feel like your career is not over by any stretch of the
I don't
imagination.
think
I don't
that
think
at
he
all.
felt that.
No, I know he's feeling kind of low about this. What you'll do next?
I feel surprisingly okay.
What you're going to do next? I'm going to predict. I'm going to take a break for commercial, but what
But
you
you
will do-
have the job for him.
Right. This isn't awake. We are going to talk about career. You are going to you're going to do a sitcom next.
Yeah?
Yeah, and you'll do well.
I can't
You'll
act.
do well. You don't have to act. You ever see Alan Thicke?
You know what? We always wondered why you always just wound up as the waiter in the next sketch.
Yeah, Saturday Night Live.
Because I'm one of the few people in this business who was honest enough to admit to a limitation.
Look, you're
I
a real
mean-
good stand-up comic. You can always do that.
Yeah, I think I'll go back to that.
And let
for
me
a
tell you
while.
something. You're good at it.
Well, there's a lot of things I'm finding out about.
I have a
Howard this
sitcom.
morning.
I have a sitcom idea for you.
What is it?
Sitcom. The sitcom is called. Listen to this.
All right.
Jay sucks. Now hold it. Bear with me. All right. You know what? Let me take a break and I'll tell you all about it. All right. All right. He's not being honest about. You know what?
He's not
mad-
telling us everything.
He's not mad at Jay Leno. I guarantee
Oh, you
he's
think
not.
this is a publicity
I think,
thing?
No, I don't think it's a publicity thing. I think he's built up in his mind this Jay Leno thing, but he's told you everything now why he's mad at Jay Leno.
No, he hasn't.
Yes, he has. He feels that Jay kept certain guests away from his show. That's what I think that's
so
the
you
whole thing.
think that he's saying there's more simply because it sounds ridiculous for him to be upset about this?
I love talking about a guy while he's in the room.
Oh,
I love
I see. It doesn't even
This is
matter
great.
what we say.
Dennis is sitting here, and we're analyzing if whether or not he's telling the truth.
I knew when I came on here
Yes.
that
You knew you'd be sick of
it
it.
would happen
Right.
because
It always happens.
But I'll tell you what, at least I came on and I'm not.
I do not
there are a
think
lot
you're
of
an
guys who
a-hole.
wouldn't come on here right after they didn't have anything else to pitch.
No, let me tell you something. A, I admire you coming on. B, I never thought you were an a-hole, as you say. I thought it was strange that you stopped calling in and saying hi to us.
Well, all I can tell you is I have a different approach to showbiz than a lot of people, and guys like you would kill me for that. But in the long run, if you really look back on it, you'd say, well, it was somewhat normal in his approach to it. I
All right,
don't.
I'll tell you what. Let me take a break, and I'll crack the veneer when we get back. There's something going on here. You're not. I want you to.
I'm not going to talk more
Oh, yes, you
about
will.
it, Howard,
Oh, yes, you
'cause
will.
He's a friend.
No, you will.
Who's a friend?
Who's a friend?
He's a friend from way back, and I wouldn't bleed our dirty laundry in public. But there's
But you
personal
haven't.
things. It's personal things.
I'll get it.
I
You'll
am
talk.
It's the same thing with Arsenio. You can't.
Arsenio is a nudnik.
No, he isn't. You don't know.
Sure,
him.
I know him. I did his show.
You should get to know him.
I was thrown. You know, I was physically thrown out of the building by a policeman when I did his show.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of that?
What
It's
did
like
you do?
apartheid. What did I do?
He
I
talked
pointed.
on the
I
show.
talked on the show, and I pointed out that Fox was responsible for the death of Edgar Rosenberg.
And he got angry at that.
I was thrown off the show. That's all I will comment.
Hey, I gotta meet
can't
somebody.
talk about it.
I gotta meet somebody at the Carlisle at 10 o'clock for breakfast.
All right. Well, can we do a break here and then at least say our goodbyes?
Yeah, say goodbye.
All right. Very good.
But all I can tell you is that I find it boring when people talk about everything in their life over the airwaves. Jay,
Oh, it's
Jay
not.
and I had a falling out. I know you don't believe that, but
That's
it was
what's
more
interesting.
than it was more than guess.
Oh, was it face to face?
Was it a face-to-face falling out? Will you tell us that?
No, it atrophied.
It atrophied.
Yeah.
Very cryptic. Dennis Miller, a man who was involved in a show business brouhaha.
A feud.
A feud, if you will.
Hey, believe me, Howard, it hurt me.
Will
at
you
first.
answer yes or no
It hurt me
questions?
at first.
It did.
Yeah, you get
I can
used
see you're
to,
a hurt
you get
man.
used to feeling.
No, I see you're a hurt man.
Oh no,
You got
on.
a lot of good things in your life.
I'm a
You got
man.
you're
I'm a
father
man
now?
at 9:15 in the morning is what I am.
All right, calm down. We're going to take a break.
When have I never come in here and not been low key like this?
right,
Every
we're gonna-
time I come in, you go, "You're so low key," and then I'm always low key.
So yeah, I saw you on the Emmys.
Yeah,
That was a good job.
yeah, I had fun.
I thought there was too much quail bashing. I'm not a fan of Vice President Quayle, but I thought it overwhelmed the ceremony.
Well,
I think Murphy Brown is a jackass. I hate her.
Now, what did she do?
I can't stand her. I can't stand anybody whose father is rich.
That's right.
Well, this is why they gave you the consultant fee, Howard.
Thank you. I will be on the MTV Awards. Did you know that?
What are you going to do?
With Dana.
What are you giving
Your
out?
little buddy Dana Carvey.
What award you giving?
I don't know which one, but I am appearing as Fart Man. The title of my new movie.
I heard that.
I will be flying. There will be pyrotechnics on the stage with me.
Pyrotechnics?
Be flame shooting out of my ass.
Oh, boy.
Wait till you see this. It'll be the most talked about appearance ever.
More than Andrew Dice Clay's MTV award?
Yes. I'm not going to use profanity. That's not my style. Well, it is my style, but they've already talked to me about it. I will go on there and razzle-dazzle them.
I like the whole Fart Man thing.
Thank you.
I think it's...
By the time I'm done with Fart Man, Jay will stop speaking to me also.
You know what? you know what you ought to subtitle Adventures of Fart Man? It should be called Adventures of Fart Man, Really Gone with the Wind.
Let me tell you something. I might hire you to write. You might have a job very soon.
Thank you, honey.
Will you do a David Letterman show, or are you at war with him?
Sure.
Oh, you will?
Arsenio, anybody.
Any show.
I just did Whoopi the other day.
Whoopi, I was going to say.
Oh, you did the Whoopi. I turned that down.
You're going to do Vicky?
She told me.
You're doing Vicky?
I'd be on Vicky. Who is she?
Remember Vicki Lawrence? She has her own talk show. She really does. You did Whoopi, and she told you that I turned her down?
No.
No.
What do you think? Everybody just talks about you?
That's all I care about.
She only talked about Gary Delabate.
You know, that's what we'll do when we come back.
The whole time.
Bring in Gary Delabate.
The whole time she kept saying, what's Gary Delabate really like?
All right, we'll take a break.
It's 20-song music marathons and the best variety of classic rock and roll on 92.3 K-Rock. This is Dave Herman inviting you to stay with us all day. It's Pete Fornatale right after Howard Stern. And I'll see you between 2 and 6 on the Rock and Roll Afternoon Show on WXRK New York, 92.3 K-Rock.
These days, a lot of companies are talking about belt tightening. Great. But if you do a lot of traveling for one of those companies, you're the one who's wearing the belt, so you'll be the one who feels the pinch. So the next time you're catching heat about T&E, there's a good way to fight back. The next time you travel, stay at a Courtyard by Marriott. Courtyard offers a spacious room with separate seating and work area, whirlpool, mini gym, pleasant restaurant, and a comfortable lounge. And always for a price that both you and the accountants will thoroughly appreciate. Courtyard by Marriott was designed by business travelers for business travelers as a kind of refuge where you can relax and retool for the day ahead. Who knew it would also be a great way to tighten your belt without it hurting?
Now through October 4th, get a $39 to $49 rate Thursday through Sunday at most Courtyards. Call 1-800-321-2211 or your travel agent 3 days in advance for reservations. Rooms are limited. Restrictions apply.
On the new Fox Thursday night, DJ Martin Payne is never at a loss for words.
Talk to me, Detroit. What up?
Whether he's on the air.
You know what your problem is, Martin? You're afraid. It takes a real strong man to show me his soft side.
Well, kiss my soft side. Next caller.
Or hanging at home.
I'm romantic. Don't we get busy every day?
We never do anything exciting like go out.
Girl, if you want to do it on the outside, I'm with that.
Martin Lawrence stars in an all-new episode of Martin.
Then, Alex and Rita play in the same band, but the heat between them isn't just coming from their music.
Last night was good. I was wondering if we could do it again.
And now that Dizzy's gonna be a father, he's decided to get married.
You have to woo her. You must eat, sleep, and dream romance. A lot of stuff goes into this wooing.
The Heights, right after The Simpsons and Martin, on the all-new Fox Thursday night.
Don't miss Martin, followed by The Heights, Thursday at 8:30 p.m. on WNYW Fox 5.
Dennis and I were just talking about 1-800-Mattress.
That's what you two were doing in there?
I don't know. Dennis was laying a trip on me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Well, he's
got
What is
something?
1-800-Mattress, Howard?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
I'll
I don't
have
know.
to find out after, I suppose.
1-800-Mattress isn't that beard driving you crazy? Doesn't that itch? I started growing one.
When?
72.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Doesn't it drive you nuts? Doesn't it drive you crazy?
No, it doesn't. It's a beard. Come on, get your zen together.
Because your
It
your
comes
wife likes
out.
it? Your wife likes it?
Yeah, a little bit. She hasn't been able to exactly
get into
draw a final conclusion yet, but
Right.
at this point she likes it.
You'll shave that off.
You know what I did the other night? This is how bored people were at the Emmys. I did the beginning of the show, and then I wasn't on for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And because I was to do the end of the show, I went backstage and I had them paste a much longer beard on me.
Yeah.
I came out 2 hours later and didn't say anything about it.
And nobody
noticed.
That's a great joke.
But nobody even, I mean, a couple people laughed, but I thought people would. And I thought, boy, this is how somnambulant the crowd is at this point. Nobody notices. Then the thing was down here, I looked like the Beach Boy who wouldn't come out of his bedroom, and nobody even said anything.
1-800-Mattress is the way to go. Let me tell you why. Wouldn't you want 60% off department store prices?
Why not?
Right, damn right.
Do me a favor, don't use the word somnambulant. Somnambulant on the air.
Don't you use it?
Well, it's a mattress commercial. I thought I'd set that subliminal mood there.
It's too heavy for the audience. It'll blow their mind.
Subliminal is cheese underwater.
That's right.
Okay.
1-800-Mattress is so great. Isn't 1-800-Mattress great?
It is the most wonderful concept.
What's greater? What's greater?
No.
Just think of what kind of new businesses have sprung up in this country lately.
Excuse me, what business can get you a mattress in 2 hours, even on weekends? What a business?
These people are innovative.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not. That's amazing.
Talk to me.
Even on weekends and up until midnight weekdays, so you don't have to miss a day of work
And
waiting
guess
for
what?
delivery.
When you call, you get a bedding consultant.
You do.
Tell them what you're looking for, they fix you up.
I gotta go lay down.
And they have orthopedic pillows, and they have high risers, and they have electric beds, folding kings and more, and water beds, and Sealy Posturepedic, Certa Perfect Sleeper, Swimmers, Booty Rest. 60% cheaper than department store prices. 1-800-MATTRES.
This is it. The Princeton Ski Shops has purchased more than $15 million of quality ski clothing and equipment and must make room for it, and announces the largest liquidation of tennis and inline skate products ever. That's right. By September 7th, the Princeton Ski Shops must sell over $5 million of summer inventory. Over 2,000 tennis rackets by Prince, Wilson, Spalding, and more. Warm-up suits, sneakers, tennis clothing, all by names like Elise, Fila, Head, Tail, Nike, and more. And all at savings of up to 70% off regular prices, including free stringing on every tennis racket purchased. Plus, Princeton must sell over 2,000 pair of 1991 style rollerblade brand skates, like the Lightning TRS, Macroblade, and listen, Blade Runner skates sold everywhere for $99, now an incredible $39.90. And there's more. With every pair of skates, receive a free pair of Rollerblade brand knee pads absolutely free. Don't miss out. These savings are for a limited time and only at the Princeton Ski Shops, where you can actually demo skates and rackets indoors. For further information, call 1-800-ALL-SKIS. That's 1-800-ALLSKIS.
Howard, I think we're lost.
Oh, come on. We've got to be close to the hardware department. We left electrical an hour ago.
Oh, now wait. What does that sign say?
Next rest area, 5 miles.
Oh, look. Maybe he can help.
Well, golly. Real live people.
Then again, maybe he can't.
Somebody has to know where hardware is.
This is customer service. Grab on to the rope.
Has shopping for a project become a project? Then come to Rickle. We do it better. We design every store so that great products and great prices are always easy to find. This week, all Millard bath accessories, including towel bars, towel rings, robe hooks, paper holders, and toothbrush holders, are on sale in a variety of finishes and colors at 50% off regular prices. So shop Rickle. After all, why do it bigger when you can do it better?
Okay. 1-800-321-THIN. Let me just say, Nutrisystem works very well. It really does. You know, you're very thin.
Yeah.
You're lucky that way. I don't know. Do you eat a lot?
When I'm on the mattress that I got from 1-800-Mattress, I pull out the Nutrisystem.
Nutridellabate.
Nutrisystem.
Nutrisystem.
And I kick back, and I don't need to exercise because the Nutrisystem does it all for me.
I am a big fan of Nutrisystem, and I'll tell you why. The reason I'm what's the worst part about dieting? Have you ever had to be on a diet?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
The passing the knotted cord through the colon.
No, not that. That is bad, I'll admit. But the worst part of being on a diet, to
You don't
me,
mind that part.
I like it. I like to tie little balls to the string. Anyway, let me tell you something. The part that I hate about dieting is always being hungry. Think about it. What if you could be on a diet and not be hungry? You could have all the foods you wanted. You can have the waffles, the pancakes, the pizza, the, I don't know, the Parmesan this or whatever. You can have all of that stuff, plus snacks, plus desserts, chocolate pudding, whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Would you care that you were on a diet?
No, I'd love it.
Would it bother you?
I'd love it.
1-800-321-THIN. Please pick up the phone and call that number right now. You know, it's never been a better time to call 1-800-321-THIN. With the price being down like that, you know, they got it at $249. That's pretty good. Nutrisystem. The meals are an additional purchase. The program duration is personalized for your weight loss goal. Please pick up the phone call 1-800-321-10. Individual weight loss for it's going to be participating centers only. Thank you.
Hey, come on. That meant something to somebody.
Dennis Miller tells me he has to leave. He's meeting an individual.
I'm going to go meet John Walsh from ESPN because I'm a big football fan. I'm going to see if I can get on their Sunday night pro football wrap-up show one week because Chris Berman's my hero.
Is that right? And you will do some of the football analysis?
Yeah, I'm going to try. I'm a layman, but I like Chris Berman, so I'm going to go up there and try to...
Big football fan, you watch it, but you never played football, did you?
You know what, as I get older, I'm starting to find football a little disturbing, but I guess I grew up in Pittsburgh, and the Pittsburgh Steelers were the kings of the earth in football, so it's stuck in my head.
If you come in here again, which I hope you do, the next time you come in, I really want to talk to you some more about this Jay Leno thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you why. I feel that... I'm going to tell you why. I feel that...
Kreskin, the emotional Kreskin.
No, I'm going to tell you why. I feel that, Robin...
Bend this key in my pocket,
I feel...
Howard.
Dennis laid a whole bunch of stuff on me during the commercial.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. And I won't go into it now.
No, you can go into it about you doing the show, the Tonight Show.
He can't believe that I'm in sync with Jay Leno. I said, I'm not in sync with anybody.
No.
I'm not in sync with Jay Leno. I enjoyed going on the show.
When I saw Howard go off and Jay crawl into that desk, I was just waiting for Howard to come up and say, oh, come on, you knew I was going to say this. That's what I said. Well, I thought for sure you'd say that to him.
Well, you know what?
Because you know he knew.
You can't say that.
Well, don't you have a bleep thing here?
Yeah.
You more than anybody. You know you have a
but
bleep.
don't use dirty words.
Yeah, don't make us use it.
No, I'm saying that when I'm in the middle of an appearance, I do whatever comes to mind. I don't really plan it
so
out.
You're speaking in tongues out there.
No, I'm kind of doing my thing.
Miles Davis,
I don't plan anything, but I don't plan anything out. I really don't. I kind of have a general idea of what I want to do, and I just go do it.
Well, I think he knew you were going to say that.
Oh, I told him beforehand I was going to do it.
Yeah.
I said to him,
So when he acts shocked, I just thought you'd call him on it.
No, I think he genuinely was shocked. I think it really...
Even after you told him you were going to say it?
I told him that I would not talk about Johnny Carson, which I did not.
Mm-hmm.
And that I would not be... I said, if you're asking me not to talk about Doc and Ed, I can't appear on your show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to appear on it.
So
and I came out and I told him that backstage, I told the audience that backstage Jay had asked me not to talk about Johnny Carson. So I think I was pretty upfront with the audience. But here's my point. It's not that I'm in sync with Jay Leno. It's just that it seemed like a fun idea to go on the Tonight Show.
Well, it was a great shot for you.
Yeah, and
right?
I don't dislike Jay. I like Jay.
So far, he's still okay with you.
Jay's fine. He's never done anything to me. He's always been very nice. He's always come on our show.
Well, you know, people do fall out with each other. That's just a simple fact of life.
Hey, nobody falls out with people more than me. I mean, I fall out every day.
We've fallen out with you.
Well, I don't want to fall out with this guy, so I got to say goodbye because I'm running late. Where's the Carlisle?
All I'm suggesting is...
What street's the Carlisle? Anybody know?
Don't ask Jackie. They don't even let him in there.
I don't remember.
Gary, before...
It's right around here somewhere.
Gary, before Dennis comes in...
Can you ask Della Baba?
Della Babe?
I feel like I'm doing Jerry Lewis stick when I say his name.
Baba Booey.
Della Baba!
Gary, let me say something.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Uh-oh.
You have something to say?
Here we go. What do you have to say?
Dennis who? No, I just want to say I was wrong.
Hey, you know what? I am so not hurt by that.
I just want to say that I was wrong. And
Dennis Miller.
I've always been a huge fan of Dennis's.
No, but the point is that you can't expect Dennis to remember you, Gary.
No. The slant on the conversation was
more... That's because you
more...
stick in our mind.
The slant on the conversation was more with our interns who just didn't feel that he was as usual. I think that sometimes people think the funny guy on stage is the funny guy in the jock.
Well, they work with me, don't they know? I'm not funny.
Have I ever jocular on stage? Yeah. I've been doing it for 10 years. Has anybody ever seen me jock? What am I? The amazing Wid? Come on.
The next time you come in here, Dennis.
Legendary Wid. I love you, Wid. I'm just teasing. I got to go meet this guy. Bye-bye.
All right, Dennis. Next time you...
He's out of here.
All right. Dennis.
Bye, Dennis.
Next time you come in, you're going to sit down...
And you're going to straighten him out.
I'm going to straighten you out because you're not straightened out yet.
Okay.
I want you to apologize to Jay.
Good to see you, Jackie.
You need to apologize to the guy. You should apologize. I'm not his champion. You're wrong in this.
Oh, dear.
All right.
He thinks you're on his side.
I'm not on anybody's side. Dennis is out of line. Talk shows all the time say to people, if you're coming on our talk show, we don't want you doing 900 talk shows.
Is that the only reason he's upset?
No, something else happened.
Like Letterman used to say to me, if you're coming on, fine, but if you're doing another show...
Letterman got very upset when you did another show once.
Right. But I said, I'm doing it anyway. If you don't want... So he said, I'm going to wait a couple of months before I have you on. Fine. So who cares? I can't conduct my life worrying about what Letterman thinks of me.
Seemed like there was something more going on. That he
There's
wasn't
nothing more going on. He would have told you if there was more going on.
Well,
Believe
what
me.
was the stuff he told you off the air?
Sort of laying this whole trip about how when Jay, I can't believe you're in sync with Jay. And I said, well, I'm not in sync with him. I mean,
what are you now, buds, and you work out routine?
Yeah, I don't have to go. I don't have to go on a show because I'm in sync with a guy. I enjoy Jay. He asked me to come on his program. I thought it was prestigious.
Mm-hmm.
Thought it'd be fun, and I went on. And he said, well, you know, when he went under the desk, I thought you would call him out on that because that's the phoniest thing I ever saw. Like he knew what you were going to do. Why do you have to hide him? I said, because he genuinely felt embarrassed by it. I assume. Dennis has got something going on there. He's very bitter about the show.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to sort of straighten out his mind a little bit about show business. He's not allowing me to do it.
Well, never.
He's not taking me seriously.
He never takes your advice about anything.
I say, I listen, I'm sure Arsenio kept guests off of Jay Leno's show and off of Dennis' show. I think a lot of guests didn't want to do Dennis Miller's show because they look at what the two top shows are and they go on those shows.
Well, look, everybody's on at the same time
Right.
of the night by about a half an hour. So you turn on your TV, you see Tom Cruise on The Tonight Show, then you see Tom Cruise on
Arsenio.
Oprah, or, you know, I mean, it gets ridiculous.
It does. And quite frankly, I think as someone who is a guest on talk shows, by limiting the amount of talk shows I go on, I become a more desirable guest.
Quite frankly, I don't think publicists are doing that, but they'd be smart not to have their clients on every show.
Right. What happens if Letterman goes on 11:30? Hey, there's a whole different situation there. But I know when I have a product to promote, like my movie and things like that, I might be more amenable to going on Whoopi Goldberg and all these other shows.
But not at in the same week.
I'll do whatever I got to do. All right, we'll be back right after these words. We got to do some news next.
K-Rock Miller Genuine Draft all-new Classic 500 Countdown is coming this Labor Day weekend starting Friday afternoon at 3. We'll play them all in order from number 500 to number 1. And listen for special bonus hours when we give away Elton John tickets. Make sure you take 92.3 K-Rock with you everywhere you go this Labor Day weekend. The Classic 500 is brought to you by Miller Genuine Draft. Get out of the old, get into the cold on the Classic Rock Station 92.3 K-Rock.
The folks at Greyhound have asked us to announce the extension of their half-price summer fairs.
Yes, so?
So, Greyhound has been offering half-price fares to over 1,700 destinations all summer long.
Good deal.
And now, Greyhound is extending this offer an additional 2 months.
Whoa, better deal.
Yep, the only thing missing now is a catchy new name.
Oh, wait, how about Greyhounds? The leaves are falling and so are fares.
That's one thought. Go Greyhound. Promotional fares excluded. Special restrictions apply.
You don't like the name.
I do. Really.
Over 350 years ago, Dutch settlers followed a thirst for freedom and adventure to the New World. Times were tough, and just about the only pleasure a man could find was at the local tavern.
Boy, this place is turning into a real meat market. I know. Turkeys hanging over the bars. Ugh, really unappetizing. Let me buy you a beer.
These Dutch settlers brought with them old world values and the idea that beer should be brewed slowly, in small batches.
It's so hard to meet someone in this town, you know? You ought to try one of those new dating services. Yeah, I don't know. It's so hard to tell if you like someone from an oil painting. It's true.
The result is an amber beer with character as distinctive as the site they settled, New Amsterdam, or, as it's known today, New York.
You practice safe sex? Oh, yeah, sure. She's got a big musket she keeps by the door.
New Amsterdam. New York amber beer. Too good to come from anywhere else. The New Amsterdam Company, New York, New York.
Boss, I'm calling from the car.
You're stuck in traffic.
And I'll be a little late, yeah.
Start watching Channel 2 News this morning.
Channel 2 News?
There's a pre-rush hour traffic report at 5:55 a.m. Followed at 6 a.m. sharp by a full hour of news and weather and traffic updates every few minutes.
I'll turn it on now.
What? In your car?
Well, honey, you telling me you overslept yet? We're breaking up. I'll have to call you back.
Hello?
Start smart. Watch Channel 2 News this morning, every weekday.
I'm losing you.
Oh, brother.
There's going to be a lot of new shows on this fall.
Thank you.
But only one is going to have Bill Cosby.
Hey, this is it.
It's You Bet Your Life.
You Bet Your Life.
You bet your life.
The new comedy game show with Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby.
You were cute when you first came.
Imagine the fun with Bill Cosby every night.
Is it a warning?
Absolutely. And the funniest game show on TV. Got it?
You Bet Your Life.
Weeknights at 7 on Channel 2, starting September 7th.
So now that Corn Nuts is a whole new kind of corn nut.
With a lighter, crispier crunch.
And 5 incredible flavors.
Everyone is going to want some.
Usually yours.
Uh-oh.
The solution is simple. Always pick up an extra bag of Corn Nuts just in case. So that when Carla comes along and says, "Hi, may I have some of your Corn Nuts?" you can say...
The nacho cheese Corn Nuts or the spicy new ranch flavor?
Nacho cheese.
Sorry, that one's mine.
Okay, ranch.
Oh, get your own Corn Nuts, Carla.
Of course, this only works once you've grasped the concept of sharing.
Oh, I'm working on that.
Can I have 2 Corn Nuts?
Here's one.
Well, that's a start.
Steven? What, Gramps? Here's the keys and some money. Now take the car to the GM dealership, get the oil change.
This isn't going to cover it. I mean, it's a dealership.
It's a Mr. Goodrich Quick Lube Plus dealership. It's enough. Now get going.
Come in to a Mr. Goodwrench Quick Lube Plus dealership and get a complete GM oil change, lube, and 10-point maintenance check all in 29 minutes or less for less than you'd expect. For the nearest participating GM dealership, phone 1-800-GM-USE-US.
And Steven...
I know.
Don't forget my change.
All right. Tri-State Consumer Insurance. Look, if you want good insurance, now, for example, they took a, what's a good insurance company? State Farm, you think that's good? Okay. In Queens, they went to Queens, and they took a look at a State Farm insurance policy. Tri-State did this. And State Farm's policy was $2,300. Tri-State's premium for the same exact insurance was $1,176. Now, that's a savings of almost $1,200 a year. Can you imagine this? Now, how do they do it? They set up a 1-800 number so you don't have to pay any insurance commission. You don't have to pay an agent or an outside broker. And then they only insure good drivers, so they save money that way. They're saving you over $1,000 on this one policy. Is it good insurance? Can you trust them? Well, a report issued in December of 1991 by the New York State Insurance Department said that out of 167 insurance companies, Tri-State Consumer Insurance was ranked among the top 10 for the best in claims and customer service handling. Robin, why wouldn't you call this company?
Are you afraid your driving record doesn't measure up?
Well, let's say it does. Let's say you can call and find out. Let's say you're going to save all this money and you've got an insurance company ranked in the top 10 out of 167 insurance companies.
I don't know what would keep your hand off the phone.
Dial 1-800-JOIN now and see how much money you can save a year. For a free rate quote, 1-800-JOIN now. This is for New York residents only. 1-800-JOIN now. I was just thinking about Dennis Miller. He says, like, how could I be in sync with Jay Leno? And then I'm saying to myself, how can he be in sync with Arsenio Hall? Arsenio Hall, the ultimate in ass-kissing, showbiz BS, but Dennis Miller is against and makes fun of all the time. So how could you, I mean...
Well, I think that Dennis found that once he was in that position of being a talk show host, he had to do a lot of that, too.
Yeah, he had to do a lot of ass-kissing. But what I'm saying is...
So you can't begrudge Arsenio doing it very well.
You could certainly see me being in sync with Jay Leno than Arsenio. I mean, Arsenio to me is everything that's phony about the world. I can't stand Arsenio. Talk about phony baloney. I mean, I watch that guy. Forget about it. There's just nothing happening. Oh, yeah, he made fun of President Bush. Everyone else he kisses their ass, but President Bush, he's got something bad to say, so he's a wild man. Big deal. It's safe to make fun of the president. Everybody's doing that.
Who doesn't is
the
question.
Then he makes fun of Roseanne, and 2 seconds later he makes up with her.
Oh, yeah.
You know, no problem. Now they're best friends. Now she opens up to him, tells him about it, you know, being molested as a child. I mean, Arsenio's the biggest phony baloney on 2 feet. I mean, Dennis Miller likes him.
I didn't understand that whole thing. You saw the show that he did with Arsenio.
Yeah.
Where he was, you know, backstage and they were, hey man,
high five,
you're the greatest, and I'm turning over my audience to you because you're a decent guy. And what in the hell are we talking about?
Yeah, really. Talk about scripted. But I didn't get way enough time with Dennis. He had to leave. He was booked for like an hour and a half, and then he suddenly canceled it down to like a half hour. Something's going on there. I don't know what's going on with him.
He's a very, you know what's interesting about him?
Yeah.
Is you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, man, there's a whole agenda.
You know, we'd have lost interest in him a long time ago if he just sat there.
Yeah.
There's always something going on with him.
Yeah. Among strange ducks, Dennis is a strange duck.
Yeah. I mean, really, talk about armchairs, he would know. I'm sure he spends a lot of time.
I couldn't tell. I think he was pissed off at me. I couldn't tell.
I don't know.
There was something going on there. It was like really weird. I mean, I just disagree with this whole...
I think
I should have, been more on his team or something. But, I mean,
I don't know whether he meant that you should be on his team, but he expects all of a sudden people start to think they know what you're going to say and do.
Yeah.
And he thought he had you captured and would know your immediate reaction to everything that's happening around you, and you didn't do it.
Yeah.
So he's looking at you askance again. Maybe he doesn't know who you are. He's confused again. Are you a good guy, bad guy? Should he be in here? Should he not?
Yeah. Come here, kiss me. You're like Freud. Come over here. You know everything. Come here. Just come on over. We'll get it over with. Come on. Enough tension. Listen to you over there. Well, you know what? I think he hit something on the head.
He's always...
He's back to being Dennis Miller, the guy who left our show 3 years ago.
Absolutely.
Like, he doesn't need to call in because he was never showing it, and now he's maybe wondering, reevaluating whether he should be friends with me or not.
But, that was payment. He was in his, I just wanted to show you that I will come in when I'm not plugging anything, because you always accuse me of being here to pitch, which people made me do. He's like, got agendas all over the place.
He's paying a debt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody said he was indebted.
No, he doesn't have to do that. I was just trying to get to this whole Jay Leno thing. It fascinates me. At least when I go to war with somebody, I have a reason for it.
And sometimes the reason is they just your competition.
Right.
So that's okay.
Yeah, but he's saying there's more to it. I don't think there is more to it.
I don't either.
Yeah, right. I don't think there's any more to the story than he was just pissed that his show got off the air. Who do we know that would know? I'll find out. I'll do some investigative work. I got to find out what the story is there with the Dennis Miller. Interesting cat. Good analysis on your part, too, Robin.
Well, just having known him over the years and how skittish he can be with his interpretations of reality.
You really showed off your mental abilities when you analyzed that situation.
Oh,
no, you're bright. But I still love your boobs better than your mind.
You know what? One of these days, you're going to love my mind more.
No way.
Did you see?
Yeah.
The article on, or the stories on Bobby Fischer in the paper today, or did you hear about it yesterday? He's going to be playing his old nemesis Boris Spassky over in Yugoslavia.
Chess.
In chess, that's right. He's the chess champion who had his title taken away from him several years ago when he refused to play another player for whatever reason. Anatoly Karpov. He decided, I don't want to play that guy.
It's unbelievable. This guy...
He was a tennis master at a very young age.
Chess master.
Oh, tennis. Chess,
yeah.
Yes.
That's right. I thought he was playing Martina. That's Jimmy Connors, right?
That's right.
It's not Bobby Fischer versus Martina Navratilova.
No, it's chess.
Yeah, well, let me tell you something. This guy, I played chess as a kid.
Well, I was going to say, you should have applied yourself more.
Yeah, I was no good at it. I joined the Roosevelt chess team.
Uh-huh.
There was like 3 guys. It was me, the white guy, 3 black chess players. They all beat me. The black guys aren't supposed to be able to beat white guys at chess.
Listen to you.
So I was very embarrassed.
Does that mean they were very, very good, or you were just rotten?
I think I was. I think they were. I think I was rotten, to be honest with you. You know, Baba Booey was the top tic-tac-toe player in his family.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
There's no money in that.
Yeah, but anyway, so imagine this guy, Bobby Fischer. They always said he was nuts, right? But here's a guy who becomes a chess player, right? Which is the stupidest career move you can make, but he's a chess player. He's good at it. So turns out this guy can make millions and millions of dollars being a chess player. But the only catch is he's like cuckoo.
Right.
He's so cuckoo.
And most of these chess players are cuckoo.
Yeah. Maybe I'm glad I'm not good at it.
Haven't you ever seen how, it takes them hours to get to the table because they start arguing over, who does what and how you move and
who's on what side of the table.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Everything about it.
Yeah. It's very funny.
And they're very superstitious.
Maybe Dennis Miller should take up chess.
I think he'd be perfect.
I'm telling you. I tell you, he's wild.
So anyway, Bobby couldn't take, whatever was going on with his career, so he just disappeared. Here he was, the greatest guy at chess, and he just dropped out.
Right.
Now all of a sudden he's back. Why is he back? Because they're going to give him and the other guy both $5 million apiece to play chess.
Well, no, they're putting up $5 million. The winner will get 3 point something, and the loser will get 1 point something. But
well,
that's
I
still...
heard that they were both getting $5 million
No.
on one newscast yesterday.
Don't listen to the news.
All right. I won't.
They don't know.
I'll
Trust me. I'm Mr. Chess. But this guy, Bobby Bowie.
Baba Booey.
Bobby Fischer is unbelievable. I mean, he is like wacky. Read some of the statements he made.
Oh, well, this was what. First of all, you sit there and you say, well, why would a guy play chess? You know why a guy plays guitar. You know
Right.
why a guy plays.
So you can't get
tries
laid
to
playing
make a lot
chess.
of money. He's got a 19-year-old girl sitting there with him.
Wow.
All right, when he's at his press conference, a little Hungarian girlfriend.
So not only is he playing chess, he's playing chest. As in two breasts.
Yeah, so even while he was in seclusion,
Yeah.
hiding from the rest of the world, there were girls being brought in. Anyway, yesterday, he held his first press conference in a long, long time. And what did he have to say? They started asking him about this letter he got from the government saying you really shouldn't go over there and play chess. We have sanctions against that country. We're trying to stop everything.
Right.
And he just went off. He pulled out the paper from the United States government and spat on it.
Spit right on it.
Yeah.
Spit right on the paper.
Asked if he supported the sanctions that the UN and the United States have imposed. No, I don't support the sanctions because, first of all, I don't support the UN. For example, look at Israel. There have been resolution after resolution against them for them leaving for them to leave the West Bank, and so on. He said they ignore resolutions and never have sanctions against them.
What is he, a self-hating
He
Jew?
also objected to the United Nations rescinding its resolution equating Zionism with racism. Fisher, whose mother was Jewish, responded to reports characterizing him as anti-Semitic. He said, Semites include both Arabs and Jews. I am definitely not anti-Arab, okay? He called communism a mask for Bolshevism, which is a mask for Judaism.
So he's like anti-Jewish, yet he's Jewish.
Yeah.
It's weird, huh? Isn't that kind of weird?
How'd that happen?
Fred, how does that happen? You're an expert on this stuff. Yeah, he's pretty wacky. So he's going to play in Yugoslavia. He's going to play chess. In Yugoslavia, amidst all that war. Like, why wouldn't you want to go have it somewhere where you could think
In a
straight?
nice resort area,
Yeah.
where there's some sun.
Yeah. Those two guys are going to play in the middle of, like, troops invading and people being locked up in concentration camps.
Why was it Yugoslavia that they had to play in?
I don't know.
But I thought he was it's interesting to have him back.
What we should do with Bobby Fischer is, this is a guy who enjoys living in America, by the way. Does he not live in America?
As far as I know.
Yeah. We should take him and throw him right the hell out of the country when he gets back. Take him and just run him right out. Right out. Let him go live with the Arabs.
He likes them.
That's all. He likes Arabs. Live with them. Don't live with the United States. We told you not to go somewhere. They're in the middle of a war. We have sanctions. What are you doing, you dope? You're sitting here enjoying the fruits of this country? Everybody's a big rebel. Guy could play that stupid chess anywhere. He could play in a toilet bowl. He's got to go against the United States sanctions. He's a real patriot, that guy. Sitting here probably eating food, screwing our 19-year-olds, and he's having a time of his life. I'm sitting here trying to make a living, paying taxes so idiots like that can sit and have fun with that stupid chess. That chess. I'll take that chessboard, smash it over his head, and throw him right out of the country. What do you think of that? Imagine a guy making dopey statements like that when he's enjoying this country so much. Poor Dennis Miller can't make a nickel on television, and this guy's making a fortune.
Meanwhile, talks in another skirmish seem to be getting somewhere.
Hey, let me call Bobby Fischer. Where is he?
I suppose he's on his way. Well, he could be here. I don't know. Where was the...
It's in Yugoslavia. Call Yugoslavia, Gary. Get me... What hotel...
In Yugoslavia for the press conference?
Yeah, what hotel is he in, Robin? Call 1-800-YUGO.
The Yugoslavian Arms. I don't know.
Is the Yugo made in Yugoslavia?
I thought it was.
Not anymore, then. Gary, give me
Baba Booey. Is he in Yugoslavia or
yes,
Serbia?
Yes, he is. He's in Yugoslavia.
Whereabouts?
Sveti Stefan.
Sveti Stefan?
I'll come over and write it down.
Sounds like our mayor. Sveti Mayor. Sveti Stefan.
That's the
Da-da-da-da. There's Gary's music. Da-da-da.
How many could they have there?
I love Italian music. You know I'm half Italian.
Doesn't give me any clue.
Baba Booey. I only have a town.
You only got a town?
Yeah, not
I'll give it a shot.
What, just call the town?
How many hotels could be standing in Yugoslavia?
And Sweaty Stefan of all.
Right. And Sweaty Stefan. Yeah, give it a try. Just on a lark, you know.
Okay.
Maybe we'll get through to him and pick up the phone. I'm going to tell him what I think of him.
Baba Booey.
Well, as I said, while he's looking for a number, there's another set of talks going on to try to quell the fighting between Woody and Mia.
Oh, I thought you meant between the Yugoslavians.
No. I was talking about that little skirmish in New York. They say that the lawyers are making progress, presiding over the talks that involve the custody battle and whatever settlement these two are going to make between each other. Meanwhile, Woody's still complaining that he hasn't seen his kids.
He shouldn't.
In almost a month.
Why should Woody Allen be allowed to see his children when he is now living or dating this
one of them?
Soon-Ye. Soon-Ye.
He says that Mia is holding his children hostage and brainwashing them against him.
Soon-Ye. Whatever her name is.
Farrow remains...
What is his name now? Wood Ye? Wood Ye Allen and Soon-Ye?
Mia Farrow remains secluded up in her home in Bridgewater, Connecticut.
Would ye?
She doesn't know if she's coming back to New York to start school next week. She doesn't know if she'll let the kids. Nobody knows what the plans are for the kids. She has not informed Alan of what her plans are for the children. One of Alan's harshest critics, however, has been his adopted son, Moses.
Yes.
He says that Alan threatened to punch him, and that he believes that Alan is capable of child abuse.
Well, I don't think Woody Allen should be allowed to see anybody, particularly in light of... I don't know whether he abused anybody or you know, what that's all about. That'll be for some doctor.
Well, Mia has stopped him from seeing the kids since those allegations were made.
The very thought that he is now, out of some kind of viciousness, teaching her a lesson, he is now dating Soon-Ye.
And filing for complete custody of 3 of her children.
Yeah, it's vicious. It's vicious. What is it, Gary? You got the hotel?
I couldn't get through. I can't get through. I'll keep
Through
trying.
Yugoslavia? Tell him it's Howard Stern.
Yeah. Do you know who, I meant to tell you, do you know who Moses is named after? Woody Allen's son. Woody Allen's
Moses
son?
Malone.
Yeah, okay.
Moses Malone? I
Yeah.
thought after the biblical character, Moses.
The basketball player.
I see.
Yeah, Satchel is named after the baseball player, Satchel Paige.
I was named after Confucius.
How's that?
Howard Confucius. Think you ever wonder what his first name was? Howard Confucius.
Moses also said that he believed Alan favored Dylan over him, bringing her presents, hugging and kissing her when they visited.
Moses was his adopted son?
Mm-hmm.
Moses,
and Dylan is the adopted daughter.
So Wood Ye is the father of Dylan, Satchel, and Moses. And Moses felt neglected.
Moses felt that he preferred the girl to him.
Well, obviously. Look at the guy's track record.
So, I don't know what... But they say they're making progress in the talk, so who knows?
It's not even a family. It's like a friggin' history lesson. And Moses, there was Moses Malone, and this one, and Lark, and Dylan. And
Who are they named after?
Soon-Ye. Hung one on the, some young balls. I don't know what the hell their names are.
The U.S. Open continued yesterday, and most of the seeded players advancing. In fact, all of the seeded players advancing. No surprises.
Family Tree is like a roster. That Mia Farrow house. That's another woman who ought to be investigated.
Well, you know, she's trying to adopt another child, but she's looking for another African-American child with some kind of disability or something.
Yeah. Well, we got plenty of those. Right,
because
Robin?
She has, you know, cat.
Meanwhile, your two cats can't stand each other.
Oh, they fight. I figure that's companionship.
Yeah, Mia Farrow actually lives on an ark. She doesn't know it yet. And she needs 2 of every kind of species known to man. She needs 2 African Americans, 2 chinks.
She actually has people she hires to go and help her scout out the right child.
Right.
Now, just what is the right child?
Sally Struthers is in charge of finding the right ones. This is a woman thinks she's on an ark. She got two everything. I need two Chinks. I need two Viet Cong. I need two blacks who have problems. Yeah. She walks down the streets of New York. Got him, need him, got him. Like a baseball card collector. Fascinating.
Well, as I said, the U.S. Open is going on in our midst.
It's not a family, it's a country over there.
At Flushing Meadows.
Right.
And there's a guy in the paper today claiming that because he weighs 325 pounds, they fired him from a job there several years ago. He was the scorekeeper in 1989.
And he broke a chair.
Well, no, he didn't break a chair at the Open. He says that they just didn't like him because he was so overwhelming, he was distracting people from the game. That's what they claimed, and they threw him out. Now, he says they didn't like his look. You know, he wasn't neat and clean and thin and whatever they, the criteria are. You know, that look they want for the U.S. Open. But officials of the Open say that they understand that he broke a couple of chairs.
Tennis has a certain look to it, like any form of entertainment. And to assume that you can come in there with the big size, with a big striped shirt, which make you look like a circus clown, and then suddenly distract from a tennis game because you're so big, is a problem. Now, I understand the Tennis Association said the guy never even applied for a job at the U.S. Open.
Well, not since then. He had the job, and then they let him go.
You know, everybody wants to be accepted. Maybe we should have homeless umpires, like people who are actually, haven't showered in a while and long beards or something. There's a certain look to the U.S. Open. I know what they're talking about.
Well, he says that, what's the look?
There's a certain
thin look?
Yeah, thin look.
James admitted that he did once break a chair, but that had nothing to do with the Open. He was at the Newark Academy, and he said that they had cheap chairs. They were those little plastic ones with the little legs.
I do the show every day in a cheap chair. I don't
you
break
haven't
it.
Broken it
no.
yet? He says he's never asked to go to the big tournaments, but he still works for the USTA.
You got anything on that story I'm interested in?
Oh, stop it. Are you interested in the man with the baboon liver?
I'm interested in that also. Is it a pool day?
Oh, God.
Robin, you never do that, do you? You never will tell me if it's a pool day.
Stories. Pool day stories.
What do you mean a man with a baboon liver? Is he still alive?
Yes, he is.
I told you that, but it's
he
great.
had a setback.
What was the setback?
Well, apparently he's developed some kind of infection.
Right.
And it's affected his liver functions. So now they've got him in critical condition. I don't think he's ever been out of the hospital.
But he lived a long time with that baboon liver.
The biopsy taken on Monday showed that there was no sign that the liver was being rejected.
I see.
But they have him on a respirator again and all that stuff, so they don't know exactly what's going on now. But he is the first animal-to-human liver transplant.
Yeah. He was behaving like they say he behaves like a monkey now.
Oh, stop it!
Because he has a baboon liver.
They believe he developed an infection of his bile duct after dye was injected into the duct on Friday for an X-ray.
You know they couldn't operate on him because they couldn't catch the hairy bastard. He was just.
He's developed a lot of hair.
Yeah, and he picks bugs off the nurses.
I was just surprised that he was still alive and.
They had to put the respirator up a tree.
Okay.
Now, I'll tell you something. This is very good. I'm very encouraged by this.
Are you?
Yes, I am. I think it's terrific. I think if man can accept a baboon liver, someday we will figure out a way for the human body not to reject the liver. I think it's terrific. Why not?
So you would like to have all animal parts?
If it would keep me alive, yes. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. I'm being honest.
I'm only laughing because I don't believe you.
Well, I'm being honest. If I was laying in the hospital, my liver was going, and they said, Howard, I can give you a baboon liver and keep you going, I would accept it.
How about, Howard, it looks like this is it for your penis.
And they have to put, like a cat's penis on me? Yeah, why not? Better than no penis. Put an elephant's trunk down there if you figure out a way to do it. Why not? I'll eat peanuts with the damn thing. And do my wife at the same time. Sure, why not? Why not?
Just anything you've got. Your heart, you don't care where it comes
No, I don't. I certainly don't.
All right.
I'd rather do that than lay in a box with no consciousness.
You don't know you're laying in the box. That's the beauty of it.
Give me I lose my penis. You can if there's a doctor out there who can take an elephant's trunk and sew it down to my genitalia, I'll take it. If I had no penis.
I can see you now.
Just don't let that trunk stuff weeds in my ass. keep it free and easy. I also want I request a pig's nose because it would be better than what I presently have on my face. What else is going on?
Patty Davis went out with her family the other day.
Patty Davis Reagan went out with her family. Are you sure you have that right?
This is in the People page.
Wait a second. What are you talking about?
Says his piece, broken out among the Reagans 3 months after daughter Patty Davis claimed Ronald Reagan had beaten her daily as a child.
Yes.
While pill-popping Nancy looked on, the whole Reagan family put on a show-stopping appearance at Chasen.
Not with Patty Davis, they didn't.
Whole family.
Whole family without her, she wasn't there.
But why would they say that?
All right, what else does it say there? It's got to say that she wasn't. The whole family put on a show without her to make it look like it was a family. It can't be. She was there. They would accept her now?
Why would they even include her in the story? Why wouldn't they
Really?
say Patty Davis wasn't there?
Really?
That's the start of the story.
I'm
Patty
shocked.
Davis.
Gary, give me Patty Davis Reagan on the phone.
The touching and Ron Jr. with his wife Doria.
Wow. Well, maybe they gave her a transplant, animal to man transplant. But they gave her a bird's brain.
New brain.
And she went off with it. Think they talked about me? Well, that's fascinating.
Lee Majors and his wife Karen are expecting test tube twins.
What is it, Gary? Yeah, give me Patty Davis Reagan on the phone.
Baba Booey. Baba Booey.
John said you were looking for me. John really listens closely.
Did you see that? The Bionic Man is having test tube twins.
How old is Lee Majors?
Let's see here. Do they have his age? No, they don't. I don't know how old he is, but he's probably in his 50s, I would say.
Why do these old actors, why do they all feel that they have to prove their youthfulness by having these babies? I mean, these guys are really supposed to be at the point where they're grandfathers.
Oh, no.
This Ed McMahon is another one. I don't know what adoption agency keeps letting him have kids.
Mm-hmm.
Who allows Mia Farrow to have this many kids? I don't know, but who allows Mia Farrow and Woody Allen to adopt together when they're not even living in the same house? That's amazing to me also. And who and why does Lee Majors have to have young children? It's a guy in his 50s.
He finally feels he's mature enough to be a father.
I guess so. I mean, at some point, then your kids go to school. Let me tell you something, it's very embarrassing. Imagine Ed McMahon going to school for his daughter's, 6th grade graduation. He's 117 years old.
Is that your grandfather?
No, that's my dad. He bought the adoption agency I came from, a new wing, so that's how I got into his family.
I see here that Nadia Comaneci is making the most of her new home. She just signed to endorse Jockey underwear.
Imagine this girl, right? She lives in Romania. She beats all the odds. She becomes an expert at those stupid monkey bars and holding herself up on them. But she does that. She goes through all hell. Then she has to leave. She has to sneak out of her country, a whole thing with a janitor. She sneaks out with him. He sneaks her out. She has to break up with him. He's a married man. And all this so she could be in an underpants commercial. That's the extent. That's what all that training was for. So she'd be naked half naked in her underpants.
Well, she's dating Bart Conner. I didn't know that.
The guy from The Simpsons?
No. That's Bart Simpson.
Oh.
Bart Conner was on the U.S. men's
I know him.
Gymnastic team.
He poses in his underwear, too.
That's right.
Oh, she's dating him, huh?
Mm-hmm. They say they're boyfriend and girlfriend.
Did they airbrush out her mustache in the ad?
I haven't seen the ads yet, but we're going to have her, I guess, on display on a billboard in Times Square.
Great. In her underpants.
Mm-hmm. So it'll be very big up there for everybody to see. And finally this morning, James Caan, the actor who was Sonny in The Godfather.
That's right.
And really has had a spotty career since.
No more spotty career than ours. So who are we to talk?
Yeah, but this guy had made it. I don't know what he did to himself. But anyway, the other day, he made a movie with Bette Midler.
Yes.
last year, I think, or the year before, for The Boys.
For The Boys, the story of Martha Raye.
Right. Martha Raye's now suing Bet over that. But anyway.
Are his feet healed up yet from that movie with
Misery?
Misery.
That was a movie, Howard.
Oh,
that
I
wasn't
see.
real.
I thought that was real. He has the hairiest back. Go ahead.
Does he? I
Yeah.
never noticed his back.
Sure, I do.
But anyway, he was interviewed, I guess, the other day because he's got a new movie coming out, Honeymoon in Las Vegas.
It's doing very
so
well.
he's on a publicity circuit, I guess. And the reporter, whoever it was, asked about Bette Midler for some reason.
Yes.
And here's what James Caan had to say.
Bette's very stupid, and she destroyed herself. I mean, she's not a bad person. She's just extremely stupid.
In terms of?
In terms of how in terms of what? In terms of gray matter. She's stupid. What do you want me to tell you? She's not a bright person. I like her, but I like my dog, too.
I like her, but I like my dog, too. I got to hear that again. I love that.
tell ya.
I love honesty. It's so great, isn't it? Bette's very stupid.
She's
stupid. And I like the reporter, like, he's oh, my God, I got a big scoop here.
Yeah.
Stupid in terms of what? Gray matter. She's stupid. What do you mean in terms of what? Her daily life, she's stupid. What do you mean in terms of what? How can you be smart in one thing and stupid in you're stupid?
Bette's very stupid, and she destroyed herself. I mean, she's not a bad person. She's just extremely stupid.
In terms of?
In terms of how in terms of what? In terms of gray matter. She's stupid. What do you want me to tell you? She's not a bright person. I like her, but I like my dog, too.
New opening clip, Fred. I like her, but I like my dog, too. She's as stupid as a dog. Hey, dogs aren't smart, but I like them. It makes perfect sense to me. Now, every time you ask for, like, what somebody said, I'll just
That's
play that.
gonna be
That's going to be it. Stupid. Here's what Barbara Bush had to say about her husband. Stupid. Wow.
Just had to play that.
You very rarely hear somebody say something. I mean, they must have really pissed each other off.
Oh, I guess she really did something to him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because most people lie. Oh, it was wonderful.
Wonderful person. Is it true you didn't get along on the set? No. We got along. We were, listen.
What have you been reading?
Yes. You've been reading the tabloids. Is that what's happening, Robin?
That's what's happening.
All right, we got to get out of here. Do me a favor. Okay. First of all, 9 a.m. tomorrow, we got to wrap up these promos because I got to go do a fitting for my Flartman costume.
that's right.
Yeah.
Very important.
I have very important work to do.
Got to figure out where to open it in the back.
Yeah, to make sure enough cheek shows. 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, if you would like. Out in front of the station, Stuttering John will be standing there with a video camera. And you can be part of our new video that'll be out this Christmas. Howard Stern's Tribute to Vagina. So, if you want to be part of it, just go by, say hi to John, and tell him what you'd like to see on the video.
Is that the name of the video?
I don't know. That's part of the
That's
name.
working title.
That's a working title. I got to work with the title. But it's growing on me, I got to tell you. What do you do after the underpants party and the U.S. Open Source? Tribute to the vagina.
I guess. Where do you go?
We're going to put out a video for Christmas for all the people who miss our TV show. We're going to go about 50 steps further. We got some cool ideas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I told you I was very excited about that.
I saw. You were really high on it.
Jackie was excited too.
Yeah. We had a writing meeting yesterday. We all got so excited about the new video we're going to do. Jackie started like grabbing Robin and like doing stuff to her. And he starts yelling that you want him.
Yeah, I'm running away, and he's doing all the grabbing, and he's saying, she wants me.
He's like, man, does she want me? She's like fighting him and pushing him away.
She was spraying.
Spraying what?
Oh, God. Here
Percent.
he goes.
What is she, what?
A cheetah?
All right, 9 a.m. tomorrow, Stuttering John will be out there. If you want to just tell him what you'd like to see on the video, or maybe you want to be involved in something, give me your suggestion, and we'll include it on our video, perhaps. Jackie the Joke Man Martling this Sunday, September 6th. Real big show at the Eastside Comedy Club in Farmingdale on Long Island. Now, if you want some jokes and info, dial the all-digital 516-922-WINE. Friday night, September 11th, at the New York Comedy Loft, Jackie in Nanuet, New York, will try and stump the joke man. Don't miss a tribute to Sam Kinison. Our good friend Bill Kinison, brother of Sam.
Put it together?
Put it together. I think he put this together with Malika.
They're working together now?
I think so. Well, Bill tells me I'm mistaken. Him and Malika are getting along. Sam's, wife. But anyway, there's a tribute to Sam Kinison. Who can tell? Whatever.
We're not there. We don't know.
Evidently, it's one harmonious big tribute this Thursday night at the Celebrity Theater in Anaheim, featuring Robin Williams, Richard Belzer, Rodney Dangerfield, Judy Tenuta, Pauly Shore. A lot of big celebrities showing up for this one, and tickets are available through Ticketmaster or Celebrity Theater box office. You can dial 714-999-9536. Yes, Gary?
I was going to say, I just had a chance to look at some of the TV reports from Cleveland.
Yeah.
And we'll play them on the air tomorrow, but there's some real interesting stuff going on out there. They did a piece on you and our competition. It had to be about, 6 minutes long. But I got to tell you, the funniest thing is everybody took the same soundbite of you talking about Woody Allen for a little while, for maybe about 30 seconds. And it's just really weird. They kept showing pictures of Woody Allen and Mia. They must have shown like 4 different pictures.
Yeah.
Then they talked about how you said, I don't care about anything in Cleveland. I don't know anything about the mayor or the football team. And they showed like some guy running for a touchdown.
This is amazing.
Well, that's Cleveland.
It's unbelievable.
It's Cleveland television.
And then they bleeped out the word, may I say, penis. They bleeped that out on all the news stations.
Interesting.
You would talk about how Woody Allen should keep his where it belongs.
We should keep his penis where it belongs.
Right.
Right.
And
you seem to have trouble with that word, too.
Well, I never know what to say.
Yeah.
And I just want to tell you,
you can say that again.
The female reporter that we were talking to is pretty cute.
Oh, yeah?
But incredible looking is, I don't know, she works at our station in Cleveland. I think she's the midday person.
Ruby cheeks?
They showed a blonde taking phone calls about you.
You know what that was? That was a model that Andy hired.
Are you serious?
Are you serious?
Hey, you know why? You know why he does that? He hires a model to take phone calls, because that way all the news stations, every time we go in a new market, we know exactly what story they're going to do. They all do the same thing. So we hire this model. She goes in. She answers the phones, and they all just sit there and take pictures of her.
That's exactly what every report had her on.
Yeah, we know what we're doing.
That's
What do you think, we're stupid? We know how to manipulate the media.
Billy and I were looking at her. She looked like Christina Applegate.
Yeah, and all the media always are attracted to her. We go in there, there's a beautiful woman taking phone calls, and they do it.
She's like, hi, what did you think of Howard Stern?
Yeah,
I don't even remember what anyone
said.
said.
It's a model. She's not in radio. Isn't that great? And they all fall for it.
I did.
Absolutely amazing.
So they show pictures of Woody Allen.
Can I tell you something? Yeah, first of all, you're talking about Woody for like 30 seconds.
Woody. Yeah.
They have a picture of Woody and Mia. They do like a slow, close-up of it.
Yeah.
Then they show the picture of him and Sun Yi at the basketball game. Then they had a picture of him at the press conference. This is all you talking.
Yeah, I know.
And all these different pictures.
It's funny. I think they'd have a picture of me. I'm talking. So that's kind of interesting. Like, as I talk, to show pictures of the people I'm talking about.
Yeah.
and then they had the that Lanigan guy.
Yeah.
They had him screaming about you, but he's got that weird sound.
Yeah.
So
with the echo chamber?
Yeah, the echo chamber, but it's
that
real.
I want to see.
Howard's-
He's on camera?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Does he have a bad toupee?
Yeah, I would think so. And it's really heavy echo.
Yeah, it's like, that Howard Stern is really a big jerk. And I got to tell you, we don't need Howard Stern. And the guy he even has like my vocal mannerisms. It was kind of weird. Talk about an imitator. No wonder he's freaking out.
And then they had the other two guys, too. Woody and Skip and Jeff.
Skip and Jeff. Skip and Jeff. Two guys. It's always,
and Pokey.
what's all these two guys? Like, like two close guys hanging out. Skip and Jeff at WMMS. The Skip and Jeff show.
It was great. The Lanigan show had their, I don't know if it was a producer or the program director, the same thing every single city has ever said.
Yeah.
That Cleveland is not going to take to you because they need the local angle.
Yeah. Meanwhile, none of their guys know the local angle anyway. They live there. They can't figure out what the local angle is. That's what the Philadelphia
You know
zookeeper
what their
used to
local
say.
angle is? To be in the town.
Right. To live there. Go out and hand out bumper stickers.
That's right. Just we're here.
Yeah.
You might get to run into us on the street.
Oh, that's right. They talk about the local football team. I forgot.
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
They had one of those like cutie, vapid anchor women.
Yeah.
So after you came back, I guess you made all your comments about how you didn't care about the town. She's like, well, if Howard Stern doesn't like Cleveland, he could just stay in New York.
Well, I am.
That's what we'll do.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Thank you for your advice.
We got to listen to those tomorrow.
Really, I'm only halfway through them.
That's great.
There's like 10 reports already.
Super.
Your big news in Cleveland.
We love Cleveland, man. You know why we love you? Tell him, Robin.
You knew.
Yeah, you knew. We'll be bored with you in about a week. Once Dallas starts.
I do just want to say one more thing because it was very funny. The Lanigan guy said that all you're interested in, he said...
Hold it. If you're going to talk in an echo.
Don't you see all Howard is interested in is the money. And he's going to get the money from Cleveland and he's going to take it and leave.
Baba Booey. Leave? Why would I leave? I'm getting money, I'll stay. Sad thing is, he's making no money.
What's he interested in?
Yeah.
He stays in Cleveland for what reason?
He stays in Cleveland because he's a bad Howard Stern imitator, and if he goes anywhere else...
They're the only people who will give him the money.
Yeah, because that was one of the areas I wasn't, so he could do an imitation of me, and no one would know he was imitating me. Howard Stern's in Cleveland for the money. What is he there for? The echo?
Yeah, they got the best echo.
This echo chamber is the best ever. Stupid douche. Don't you know we're going to destroy you, you dumb ox? Just keep your mouth shut, bitch. If I hear you talking about me again, I'm going to talk about you. I'm going to destroy your life. Do you want that? You want me to make you like the zoo? Why don't you call the zookeeper in Philadelphia before you open your fat trap, you hairy bastard?
Or hairless.
Hairless bastard.
I just noticed that every
take that wig off, you stupid jerk.
I just noticed that every market that you go into, no matter where you go, there's always the main competition.
Could have bad toupee, man.
Could have had a job that you could have had, or could have been in New York, but chose to stay in Cleveland, or could have had a job that you were offered but turned it down.
Yeah, like the Philadelphia zookeeper. His whole big angle when we went there was he turned down a lot of New York jobs. He could have been on in New York, but he wanted to stay in Philly.
Right.
Yeah, just like those two idiots in Cleveland, or Harry Lanigan. Harry Lanigan, is it?
John
Lanigan. Yeah, he could have been in New York, but nah, I don't want that.
I'd rather stay in Cleveland.
I got to stay here with my echo chamber. Stupid ass. Don't even get started with me. I'll destroy you. I'll find out everything about your life. I'll find out where your girlfriend came from or your wife. She's from the request lines. Ask the zookeeper in Philadelphia. He keeps his mouth shut. Don't start with me. You don't know what you're in for. You're only a Howard Stern imitator. At least the two idiots in Los Angeles keep their mouths shut. And they've already said they don't mind giving up their #1 slot.
Which is nice.
Which is
nice of
fun.
them to abdicate the throne for us.
We don't mind. We would like to be #4, if that would be okay with Howard. That's what they said. We don't care what position we're in.
We didn't come here to be #1.
No.
Well, we did.
Yeah, we did. We're hell-bent on it. Hey, by the way, go see Scott the Engineer Saturday night at Jim Blaine's Rocket Bowl in Flushing. And if you need a mobile DJ for your wedding or party, call Rocket Entertainment at 718-BAG-5040. DJs available in New York, LA, Philly, Washington, and Baltimore. Okay.
Can I tell you something else?
9 o'clock tomorrow, by the way. Be down there for Stuttering John. Yeah?
Yes. Did you see Entertainment Tonight yesterday?
Yes.
Tiffany?
Yes.
That cute little girl?
Yeah, I saw her.
She's pregnant now.
Yeah.
Gonna have a baby.
Yeah. Gee, pregnancy brings out a nice glow, doesn't it?
I didn't know what had happened to her when I just saw the picture.
Looked like some Indian knocked her up. That's what it looked like.
But it looked like somebody had just blown up her face.
Yeah, with a bicycle pump. All right, we got to get out of here. Fred, you going to play commercials? We should. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. By the way, I got a letter from somebody in Philadelphia. They cut off the show in a weird way at the end.
Oh, yeah?
When I say okay, and you hear Fred play your commercials, that's when you cut off.
Oh, they've been going out earlier?
Yeah, they clip out. They don't know what they're doing. Just wait.
Oh, one other thing.
What?
Oprah Winfrey hurt herself. Mountain climbing.
Mountain climbing?
Yeah, apparently.
Why, if you were the size of Oprah Winfrey, and obviously you don't do anything athletic in your life, why would you go mountain climbing? That's surefire disaster.
So that's what she's been up to. And today on the Maury Povich Show, Michael Jackson calls in from Germany to read a poem for Ryan White. Ryan White's mother's on the show to talk about what she's been doing since Ryan died.
Yeah.
And Michael calls in with his little poem and reads it to Maury.
Yeah, I'm sure it's stupid.
It was pretty funny because a few weeks ago, these two housekeepers, I guess it was a butler and a maid kind of combination, a husband and wife team that used to work for Michael.
Yeah.
They said Michael hardly spent any time with Ryan when he was there.
All right. All right, listen, we got to go. We'll see you tomorrow.
Mama Pajama